They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. I'm talking back then, we used to rock out on the cell phone. Facebook Live got viewers stuck just like this Velcro. You see it's growing, I can do this by myself though. Perfect game with it, little shoulder and some elbow. Yeah, sit and watch us do it. Straight out the basement, now it's on the TV, you can view it. You go against the team that I'm with and you surely lose it. We don't respect the talking, we from where you gotta prove it. Someone turn up the music. We love the competition, we gon' rock out till we finish. Josh Apparel with the jersey, time to get the fitting. They boosting up my adrenaline anytime I'm winning. I lock in, I don't lose focus, the target, I'ma hit it. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Y'all free a ball, we took all the smoke, they know who we are. Best not jump the gun with me, it's like jumping out a moving car. I come through and set the scene, confident like movie stars. Put this on the movie screen so they can replay this tomorrow. Jay Customs, come put in work and he gon' turn it up. Made a name and now we bout to put a claim on what we want. I cannot be stopped, I catch a body if it's one-on-one. I made this my hobby, they cannot tell me what can't be done. Shout out Ricky, we up in the club, it's going down. If anybody wanna run it, let me know it now. From Michigan to anywhere, we coming through your town. I'm on a mission, who's the best? I gotta take them out. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, it's your boy King and Flay, and I'm rocking with MDC. Much love, Josh, I appreciate the opportunity, fam. And as always, said I'm out, y'all. Yeah. I hope you got your aim right. So we came in, it's game time. MDC, yo. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. I'm talking back then, we used to rock out on the cell phone. Facebook Live got viewers stuck just like this Velcro. You see it's growing, I can do this by myself though. Perfect game with it, little shoulder and some elbow. Yeah, sit and watch us do it. Straight out the basement, now it's on the TV, you can view it. You go against the team that I'm with and you surely lose it. We don't respect the talking, we from where you gotta prove it. Someone turn up the music. We love the competition, we gon' rock out till we finish. Josh Apparel with the jersey, time to get the fitting. They boosting up my adrenaline anytime I'm winning. I lock in, I don't lose focus, the target, I'ma hit it. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Y'all free a ball, we took all the smoke, they know who we are. Best not jump the gun with me, it's like jumping out a moving car. I come through and set the scene, confident like movie stars. Put this on the movie screen so they can replay this tomorrow. Jay Customs, come put in work and he gon' turn it up. Made a name and now we bout to put a claim on what we want. I cannot be stopped, I catch a body if it's one-on-one. I made this my hobby, they cannot tell me what can't be done. Shout out Ricky, we up in the club, it's going down. If anybody wanna run it, let me know it now. From Michigan to anywhere, we coming through your town. I'm on a mission, who's the best? I gotta take them out. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, it's your boy King.
All right, what's up out there, everybody? We see we got a few people tuned in. That chat finally starting to roll in here. The chat was moving a little slow, but got Abe Smith in here with me for the first time today. So say what's up to him. Hey, Abe, go ahead and give a shout out.
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Ready to watch some pretty good darts tonight. So we posted the bracket a little bit ago, so maybe if you guys had the bracket is posted on the Facebook page if you want to take a look.
The bracket is correct as well.
Yeah, it's been updated after Chris messed up at first, but I think we've got Farm and Dan Burke starting things off here on board number 1, and we're going to see exactly how this plays out. Race to 7. Loser goes home empty-handed. Winner's guaranteed at least 100.
Tough match for both to start.
There's Josh Sloan out there checking in from the wedding out there. It's Josh and Katie.
Good
celebrating the wedding with Gary and Jess tonight. That's why you won't see them here in the house, but what up out there? Farm with the first shot on the stream right off the rip with the $180 today, huh? So we'll try to keep a close count on those. Marin checking in. What's up, girl? I see Scotty Mullins and Scott Swanson out there as well, too. Let's check. Is board 2 rolling as well? And that split screen. As Farm misses the 4th dart.
Yeah, they're already rolling.
They are rolling as well, so both these matches are in game 1. Both of them are a race to 7, so let these players start to get settled in, and I think we should see some really good matchups here today.
Dan's starting off a little slow.
Well, Farm looking for just a hole to throw, especially starting it off with 180 for a shot at the tournament. Feeling good about that. That's one of those you don't want it to be too good where it kind of stumps you, you know, and then you kind of drag your feet a bit and
you don't want to go 180 and then 7 your next.
Yeah, and turn it into a 21 dart game. We still got our chat is running doubles, so forgive us if we're a bit off on the chat today. I don't know what it is with the software, but all the comments ride through double. But I see Chuck and Jeremiah both out there. Tian as well. How we all doing?
Just inside.
Michael Boone. Chris says Abe's echoing a bit. Probably just a little out from his mic. Give him a sec. Get used to the new chair here.
Scoot in closer is what you're saying.
Lucas out there. What's up, Lucas? Katie as well, checking in out there with Josh, celebrating tonight. So what up, Katie? Kat, checking in from the Killian. I believe she's at the Killian tournament. I thought I saw her in a snap today, so good luck out there. It's a great event. Look at Chris barking orders from down there. Get closer to the mic. The double makes it tough, though, doesn't it? It just kind of like fills up and everything. So
yeah, everything's
through. Let's see if Farm can clean this up and get his first point on the board here. He is player 2 on the maroon button, just in case he does hit it. He does. Boom. And there we go. Our first point has been scored. Let's see if Gary Clark can take out a 140 for the second point of the night. Not this time. Still fine though, right? Score 80, leave tops. Yeah. You got 2 darts, you need 1 triple and 1 single, and you'd be sitting on tops. Although doesn't he? He's not a fan of the double 20, I believe.
Yeah, he'll probably move. Well, he'll throw one at it.
Crystal Stevenson says, hi, MDC, ready for some great darts and interesting commentary. So we'll do the best we can. It's we can only guarantee the great darts. I'm pretty sure the fellas are ready to turn up there. Me and Abe, you know, we only promise mediocre commentary around here. So
if we even hit that level.
Jerry Frazier said he's sitting right out there with Josh and Katie, also at the wedding. They're all peeking at the phone under the table, keeping an eye on these. Blue button player, who took it?
Gary. He's 2.
Yep, he's 2. The button above it. Yep. That's set buttons below.
Listen, if I ruin it, we'll just back it up.
Oh, it doesn't even show the set boxes. Yeah, we'll keep score manually if we have to.
Paper and pen.
Tian says that Abe's been working with his dad jokes all week, so
that's not true. We got some good knock jokes though. We'll tell those later.
So many good ones out there. Scott Swanson asks, what's the race to? The race is to 7. So best of 13, I guess that would
Same
make it.
All the qualifiers, right?
Maya says Abe's mic's a little off.
Off how?
You getting an echo out there with Abe? It's loser starts to answer Stephanie's question. She said, is it alternating or loser starts? It's loser starts just like all the series was. We decided to stick with that and do it the same. Rocky says MDC should be a banger tonight.
140 from Farm.
All right, hopefully we'll get that out, get everything. Yeah, Janice has no echo there, so probably
we're working on it.
Probably we do have some Android listeners out there, so you know.
All those Androids echoing.
So we apologize if your technology's a bit much for your Galaxy or Samsung phone.
He's going to light up the chat.
And Dan Burke equals it. Here it comes. Jeremiah says, slow down on the droid.
Oh, that was the wrong one.
That's all right.
-1 now. Look at that.
You'll get it. You want it to be 1-1, right?
Yeah. So where are we going?
So player 1 and player 2. Get that straightened out.
Let's see. They are labeled.
Nikki
so that's
Henshaw
the funniest
says,
part.
"Get it, Dan Burke." Aaron Megia says it looks good on his iPad Pro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck.
Chucky says, "Don't get Millar upset about the phone." So what's Gary got? 3 darts left, sitting with 96, a little blocked up there too. 60 is the shot though, right? I mean, you got to force it through there. He does, but he's going to give Topsky a shot at this 118.
Yeah, first dart's important on that.
Stay right there and leave yourself 38, right? He does just that. Let's see if he can hit it and capitalize.
Yeah,
he does. 118. So all square on board number 2. And we'll watch how Abe does on these buttons.
Hold on. Is he 1? Look at that.
Come on. It's like the Goonies out here with that organ. So Farm in decent shape over there as he did start this leg, but Dan's
Good shot by Dan.
got a little something to say as we get a 180 on both boards. Go ahead and put 3 total. We just keep the running score on.
Not separated.
We just keep a running tally.
Oh, gotcha.
Just in case we switch back and forth, it makes it easier. Usually Chris will yell at us, hey, you missed a 1080. So far, I think we're doing all right. We could have missed one, but. So Farm's going to have a shot at 24 to take a 2-1 lead. These are the kind of shots you just got to have, right? This is the kind of day you throw it first start, boom.
Yeah, first start.
That's a
it.
good feeling. That's got to be a good feeling. So player 2, board 1. There you
There
go.
we go.
He's dialed in over here.
Getting the hang of it.
Topsky in the dark over there. It is a bit dark in that corner, but that light above
I
that
think he
board
leans out of the
too.
light.
Well, and that's the main one we get. We've even had some of our players who don't. They'll be like, dude, that board too light sometimes. So we just decided for a player championship, let's turn it off. We'll turn the backlights on. Full blast white. That helps.
Yeah.
When we change that, you remember how it lit up that floor. But once that curtain's closed in there, it really does get dark.
Big shot by Gary.
To leave himself 16. So good mathematical shot there. He's going to need a 180 to leave himself an out here. So Gary's got 6 darts from 16. So he should be able to take a 2-1 lead here. Dan Burke's going to look to level on board 1.
Yeah, they're pretty tight there.
That double chat is killing me. I forgot what that was like.
Yeah, I didn't know they all doubled up.
Yeah. It's only been doing that for a little bit, and that's not us. That's the streaming stream element's been doing that. So
Gotcha.
was that
So that was Gary took out 16?
he did. So Gary Clark goes up 2-1. Jake's up 2-1 in his match. He's got a chance to pounce here a little bit, right? $140 or better goes really strong here. One more triple and he's in good shape.
Yeah,
and he gets it, yeah. So Dan's going to look to pressure him, throw at least 100. Really wants a 140 of his own, I would say. Of course, the 180 would be spectacular.
Right. 100 minimum. Get it to 148.
140 makes it a lot more reachable, though,
Yeah, that's
doesn't
a
it?
shot.
Yeah, that 108 just seems so much more takeable. You're almost sure to get to a double. So he is going to have a look from the 108 to tie it up.
Yeah, Farm was on and out from the second spot, so I think that puts all that much more pressure on Dan.
Yeah, it really does. You don't want to see him snapping you.
Right.
Even though the breaks don't hurt as bad in this format because it is
it's-
loser starts.
Correct.
Dan's going to have a dart to take this leg. To hold, I should say. I said I was going to say
Right.
steal, but. So let's see if Farm's going to go 54 here. 57. Double 18 for the leg. And
Yeah,
he
good
does it.
darts.
That's a big shot to go up 3-1. An early lead on what was definitely the internet favorite. I will say
he was by far the internet favorite.
He was definitely the #1 pick in this field. And I'm sure he's used to that. Dan's, pretty heavy hitter.
Has he lost here?
He did the year that Tuna played. He
first-
lost to Tuna in the
Gotcha.
first Tank Memorial Classic in a duel. That was where Bowling had him down 5-1 in the race to 6. He came back and beat Bowling And I believe after that, his next round was probably tuna, and he ended up losing to tuna that year.
Gotcha.
He's real good at keeping it together. I would say one thing Dan does well is he's not a panic player at all.
Right. He's got good composure. He's just going to play the game.
Right.
Because he knows what he's got.
What you don't want to be behind is like a triple break. You know,
Right.
you get behind a break, maybe two, you know what I mean? But you get behind a triple break and where guys are as close in scoring ability, pretty close to your scoring ability. It's really hard to win from the 2-hole all the time.
4-1 is a tough comeback. You got to win
Yeah.
this leg, win it pretty good, and then just move on.
And it looks like who's that going to have a shot? Gary Clark's going to have a shot for 3-1 on his board as well.
Yep.
Topsky really needs to find a dart here. He does. So 96 if Gary can't take this home. Paul Otto checking in, says, how's it going out there, fellas? Doing good, man. Doing good. How's it going,
So far,
Paulie?
so good. Learning curve.
Yeah, Abe's doing good in here. Maloney checking in. Taking a peek.
Gary with 32.
So 32 for Gary here. What'd he hit? Triple? Oh, he hit 57,
57.
for 32. Okay, yep. I forgot he was on 89. I was thinking he was the 96.
Oh, just missed inside.
Could regret that later in this match. That's definitely a scary dart here with Jay coming up on 96. Imagine if he snapped
20?
60-36 all day, right? Even Jay knows that one. 57 for 24. So Gary's going to have another look from 16.
Farm with a 180.
Mike and Jeremiah doing some watching instead of putting on the show
Right.
all week.
Dan takes it.
That's
Double 20
watch
out.
those guys play a lot of darts this week. Some great darts by both of you. Congrats on everything out there.
That was Gary taking that one out.
So Gary did stretch it to 3-1. Tanya checking in, says, hi guys, how are you? Doing good, Tanya. How are you?
Farm got a slow start on that one.
So it is 3-2. See Brittany out there. What's up, Britt? Paulie said he's hanging out at the crib with the wife and Deb, watching some darts. So should just keep getting better from here. I see we hit the triple digit out there with viewers. So appreciate y'all checking in on us.
How do you think the nerves are down there?
I think the first round's got to be. After that, you could kind of settle in, but the first round could be, because if only the top four get paid today.
Right.
So, they did pay an entry fee in this, and then we added $1,200 on top of their 8. So it 12-6, 1-1. So it does suck if you lose the first round. And
So you got a lot of pressure on your first match. Not that there's not any on the second match, but it eases it a little bit.
It's a free roll from that. Yeah, it's a free roll from there. And then besides that, I think it will ease your nerves a bit to get one, to get through a match. You know how it is, especially a first match of the night where it's like single elimination,
Yeah, you don't want to be the first one to get them meatballs that we don't have tonight.
No, some chicken tacos out there, though. Some chicken tacos for sure. Jeremiah says it's much more relaxing when watching from the couch. I have to agree.
I can imagine.
He was working hard out there over the weekend. That's a long day. That's a lot of darts.
A lot less sweat when you're sitting on the couch watching.
I mean, just 5 days? Was it 5 or 6 days straight?
Yeah, I think it's about 5.
The first event is Friday, and the last event's Wednesday, Friday to Wednesday.
I don't know
maybe?
how this year was set up, but I thought it was. Yeah, it could be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, it was definitely it was pretty much 2 streams a day from what I was getting. It seemed like they would restart the stream. They'd do a morning event, do an evening event.
Yeah.
And I felt like that went on for days. Holly and PJ both out there checking in. What's up, y'all?
It's a pretty amazing tournament to go to for them to finish by 9:30 at night when you have a couple hundred boards and a couple thousand people in there playing. It runs really good.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. It's not just that one room where everything was streamed from.
Right.
Saturday to Wednesday they did.
That's the smallest
confirm.
area in the whole thing. The convention center is pretty big, so.
Pro room's used to that. Those pros are used to it.
Yeah.
They always, pros, put them in the back corner, that coldest room in the house where they can't feel their hands.
Turn the air down.
Yeah.
Furthest from the bar. Dan takes that one out.
Big out for Dan. So is that 3-3?
It is.
Norquist, you're listening down there. We are correct on our scoreboard, right? 3-3. We got 3-3 and we got 3-1, which might be 3-2 with a double 18 here. Smacks it off the black a bit. 149 is just nasty though. Like it's real ugly out.
Yeah, again, first start's key on that.
I mean, I guess ain't that bad, 60, 57, 32, but it just doesn't sound pretty. You know, 150 even sounds better, you know? So what's he go here, 54? Or do you is he going to go back at the 20? Do you go 54 for double 8? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because Gary's shot he doesn't like that.
We got a $180 start over there from Dan Burke.
That double 20, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's
Remember, we used to play
up.
everything double in. I'm kind of glad it's just double out now.
Right.
Double in, double out's fun, but it's like there's almost no threat of a 9-darter at double. It does happen.
Right.
But like for our guys, it took a couple years to get our first regular one. So
2 to 3 over there.
yeah. And after
double in, double out
some
stuff.
hunting and pecking, he picks it off. Kimmy Ann checking in for John O since he's at work. So what's up, Kimmy? How we doing? Confirmation from Norquist that our scoreboard's correct. Gary's just, those guys are a man in the shadows down there.
I know.
Kristen, it depends how those lights are spaced. But you know what?
Yeah, they're hiding in the dark.
It is what it is. And our screen's a little small too because we're watching, the way we got it.
Right.
So it might be a little more lit on a.
Yeah, if you put it on a single, it's going to be
bigger. Oh, the single is not bad. Haim checking in says, "Yo, you finally back at it? What's up? What's good, Haim?" Steve Picombe says, "What's up, MDC? What's up out there, Steve?" 144, right? Oh, is he gonna? He's gonna get a dart for the double anyways, right?
He's got to.
Ooh, 48 for 16 now. So a big opportunity for Farm to take another lead in this set because I don't think it's coming back to you if you let this one get away.
No, probably not.
He decides to split it.
Oh, that's a shot.
Which I don't know. Was it a split?
I don't think that
it was a joke.
split.
I was joking when saying it. Working on my bluffing skills. I've been ready to get back into poker
Watching
a little
too much
bit.
poker.
I watch it. I swear. There's so much live stream now. It's like you could literally watch good poker all day for free.
I was going to ask
YouTube.
you the other day. That must be you're watching it on one of the apps on Roku or something. Because I saw the little icon, I wasn't familiar with what it was on.
Just the YouTube. Yeah, just
this
YouTube.
is not ESPN.
Yep, it's that Hustler Casino Live is where I watch the most. The Doug Polk too at the Lodge. That's a good one. See Alyssa out there says good luck everyone. So thanks Alyssa, appreciate you. Hope everything's good on campus out there for you.
140 from Farm.
So 4-3 over there for Farm. A big game here. Dan really needs a pretty good shot here, right? At least 100. It's not really in the spot where you got to worry too much, but you'd like to see a 3.
When you start getting up there in the games, that's when
it gets a little.
Each one is pretty important.
Every turn magnifies a bit.
Especially once your opponent gets to 5, then if it's 5-3, you're really sweating.
And look at Farm with the big 135 there. Yeah. Well, when they're as close to the finish line as you are to them, you really have to kind of worry.
Right.
Like, I need as many to catch them as they need to win. That could be considered. I heard John Part say that's when you're officially in trouble at that point. So I thought that was a good analysis.
Yeah, Gary's in control of that other game right now.
PJS was the format all 0-1. Yeah, it was, because all the qualifiers were 0-1 this year except for the champion and the runner-up from the Tank Memorial, which we kept the format the same just because we just wanted that format to be at least some cricket here at the club.
Right.
And you know, obviously with Tuna winning with that format when he did, those are the only ones who didn't win an 0-1 event to get in this.
77 out.
For Clark?
Yep.
So 4-2.
He's motoring pretty good over there. Jake, he's
Buddha.
leaving himself them tough outs, but he's hitting them.
Buddha says we need to franchise a bit. So it's enough for just doing it here, you know, just as a pastime, really. So now Dan, officially by John Part's theorem, there is in trouble.
Sweating.
Now he's in trouble. So Farm needs 2 games to win the match. He needs 2 just to catch Farm before the 2 more. So official trouble for Mr. Burke here. Let's see if he's able to dig himself out.
And he usually does pretty well here.
Yeah.
Playing from behind, he's had a few.
We've
tested. Watched a few that where you didn't know where the darts came from. All of a sudden, they were just there.
Benny Smith at the Classic just in the summer. I mean, Benny was throwing everything at him, and Dan threw some amazing cricket games at the end to just steal like triple, double bowl.
And he had a few of them high outs as well that were helping him in the 0-1.
Well, he's going to need all of that right now because Farm is dialed in back there. If you're Farm, you don't even really have to worry about much but holding your throat.
Yeah, he's got to
stay loose. Don't get over tight. Stay loose and
play a little relaxed so he's not tightening up.
Yeah. But right now, the way you're not missing that trip 20, it seems like whatever he's doing, he's feeling pretty good. Right there, a little loose with only an 83, but he's had a lot of 140s and a couple of those 6 180s are his as well. So
that's funny. Only 83, but 83 is still a pretty good score when you're if you're averaging it out.
Yeah, it's definitely not a terrible. In the 2-hole, you don't want to have too many of them if you're trying to get that 12 darter to break.
Right.
Because, you know, against an opponent like Dan, you're probably not going to get that many shots at the 15 darter because Dan should be out with 15 or less. Correct. But it does happen. He is going to miss and let it go to that 16, 17, and 18th dart. Maya says he feels like Dan maybe has a little bit of a pause in his backstroke. Does seem like he maybe set that dart for just a second. Maybe that's something he's been working on because that did look a little new, yeah. And Farm looking to pounce here. He's forcing Dan to take this 130. Forcing him to.
140s back-to-back helps.
So this is all day a 20 shot, obviously. 80 and 50 or a trip, double 5. Right? I guess you could leave and go 60, 54.
Right.
Double 8.
That's all going to depend on what your preference is as far as triples go, because you got to hit triple. You got to hit a triple something first.
Yeah.
To leave your next shot. So.
I'd like to stay. I feel like to stay in the double 5. Yeah, it sucks, but it's right there too. You know, look at this.
Good shot.
2 darts of 76, and gets himself to the hill. So Dan has got to win 3 in a row just to find himself on the small side to get to the decider.
Yep. He's got to put in some work.
Meanwhile, Gary Clark in pretty controlling fashion over here against Jay Topsky, but Topsky in a decent spot here with 136. Most likely he's going to get 6 darts from there. Gary can go on the 158, but I'm going to say that's maybe a 3 out of 10 shot. right?
It's tough.
It is tough. Gary could do it, but I think that in most circumstances, you're going to get 6 starts from that position.
From a player standpoint, you're looking at it and you're like, I can take this out. And then your first start's a hair off, and then you're really trying to catch back up at that point.
What's he do here? 54? I think he went over at the 54. A little blocked,
he had a couple of darts over that 20.
Jeff Ruby out there. What's up, Jeff? He says, good luck, everyone. He's
looking at a 16.
Topsky's that guy who just doesn't go away, right?
Right.
It's like a scary matchup. And mind you, we got some pretty good matchups. I mean, what's on deck? We got Brandon Kessler versus Ron Otto.
Yep.
And then Kevin versus Chris Swanson.
Yep.
Coming up next on these boards. So, I mean,
it's a pretty tough crowd down there.
It really is. It really is. And Dan is officially shuffled back against the ropes here.
Yes.
He's going to have to rope a dope the Ali here.
He better
because
start grinding.
His back is on the ropes. But from 1-3-2, you can finish. Depending on what Farm does here, you don't even have to go bullseye first start now. I think he will. But you don't really have to in this situation. You could just start on the 20.
Yeah, he's going to come back for another look, so that'll be good.
Right.
180 from Topsky.
Topsky looking to turn things around over there. Tie it up. So he so it gets it to 48. Farm still away from an out from 180. He's going to have to just set it up here. Probably looking to score 140 ideally. 45 here, maybe a bull. Maybe a trip 20 again. Even smarter. 57, yeah. Leaves a nice round 48. So look at Farm flexing his newfound mathematical skills.
As we've seen, Farm is not afraid of any double on the board.
No,
because he shot at almost all of them so far.
He will. He'll let that math break down. But I think that was a really good shot in that position.
Puts a lot of pressure on Dan to hit this.
It really does. And there's Dan hanging tough, though. 6 games to 4. Biggest game, well, I guess the next 2, because Dan has to break back to back.
This one's pretty important because
pressure. Put the pressure on him. Let him know now you're here.
Because Jake's starting.
Yeah.
And he's on the edge, right? So Dan.
So if Dan breaks him here, why couldn't he do it again, right? You know, but he does have to. With the loser start, Jake has confirmed that he's going to have 2 opportunities to punch his ticket into the top 4.
Dan's got to go 3 on the trot.
He's got back-to-back 12 darters. I mean, you can do it, right? 24 darts, 2 games. And if you're going to, good way to start to it, yep. But the way Farm's throwing, he could easily push a 12 darter himself and never even give him a look.
He's always got pressure on you. That's the thing. What's Gary got over here? 2 darts at 24.
Kiki says, let's go, Stady boy. Gary Clark looking to pounce here, and is that correct, right? Chris Swan or Norquist down there, we got that right. That's 5-3 and 6-4, correct? Little update from our scorekeep. Double check down there with the ref himself.
Is he sleeping back there?
He did eat that special cookie. There was a warning on that label. So Dan, 140, right? You got to have a buck 40.
He's got to hit.
That's a great way to start it. I mean, you'd really love a buck 80, but you will take 140. Now at this point, you want a 180. You're pissed if you don't get it.
Right. 136 is manageable for him.
Iceman says, "What up, y'all?" Yeah, I like 136. But yeah, it's a 2 triple shot. So,
right. But it's a must hit. I mean,
yeah. And you get to stay on the 20, so it's trip, double 8. I mean, it speaks for itself. It's darts you throw at a lot in this particular format, target. So let's see where he's at. Okay, he
puts a little
pressures
pressure
the
on the
101.
one-on-one.
Yeah.
Is it enough, though?
Let's see. These are Farm's type of moments. This is what he likes to do. He went with the trip 17, 18, one dart at it.
That's a good look. That's a good
And
shot.
this is where it does get tight. This
Yep.
is where matches are hard. This is what makes darts exciting right here.
Arm
There's
tightens up a little bit.
Yep.
A little more sweat than last time.
not just your arm either.
The pucker factor is times 10. Shot.
Willie checking in, Charlie back, Brian Bowling out there. All the fellas checking in. What's up, y'all?
180 from Topsky.
Missed you guys. It's been a while since we've been able to really pop off a Saturday stream. There's a lot's been going on. We had busy last couple of weeks and really month and a half around here between everybody. Josh and Katie were recently
180.
married, and if you guys didn't happen to catch that, that was an awesome ceremony. And they're out celebrating again tonight.
Was that not on the stream?
But we were unable to stream it, although it would have been awesome for the stream. It was really nice. It was really, really, really well done. It was a great
They
experience.
should have put cameras on select people in the
I
crowd.
was surprised Josh didn't have something rigged up, and maybe he does. Maybe he's waiting to
right.
release it.
Yep.
You know. Bowling's going with State Farm. So Farm in decent shape here, but another 140 from Dan, and guess who's back? Talk about knock-knock jokes. Knock-knock. Who's there? Dan Burke. He's back.
See, Gary took that one out. He's up 6-3 on the...
So only
On
picks
the
up a
spin.
hundo, but he is tied with them. Here's where Farm really needs a score, and he finds a great first start. Can he get a 140? He does.
That's a good shot.
So Dan knows he needs to match every dart he throws at this point. You have to have at least a $140, I think, if you're going to win this leg. And he's dealing.
Yeah, he's starting off good.
He is clutch, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not sweating that at
He
all.
digs deep. He knows how to dig deep, and Farm's fighting too. Farm, it feels like Farm's going to win this leg, but Dan's really going to make him work for it.
It's got to be Dan's big tournament experience that kicks in at that point, right?
Well, it definitely ain't hurting him, that's for sure. You know, you played in the bullpen in a real short format where, you know, for a big payout and, you know, in front of a major crowd. Right here, these two darts are very important. 60 will even out. A tough one, but at least it's an out.
Oh, that's not.
So six
That's
darts
not
from
what he's
one.
looking at.
6 darts from 135 to finish off Dan Burke. $54.
He's staying tight. Oh, yeah, that's
I knew for some reason he was going to think that. I don't know why, because I really don't know if that's the right 148. Leaves, what, 24? So, I mean, I kind of like that, but
right.
he has hit that double 9 already today, and maybe he felt it.
It's a good shot from Dan. Hopefully, I don't know if it's enough.
Well, you know what Dan's thinking. Black single. That's
Yeah.
what Dan's thinking. Double 4 to move
pressure.
into the top 4.
It's a shot. Good
And he
shot.
did it. He did it. So the defending champ is out, and State Farm will move into the top 4. Congratulations, State Farm, with a 7-5 victory.
That was a good matchup.
7-5 victory over the defending champ, Dan Burke. So congratulations, State Farm, on a well-fought match, and it was the way he started. He started very strong, a good finishing, high scoring, right out the gate.
Always
Dan,
grinding.
yeah, he knew Dan was going to make a run at him. Dan did, and he was able to hold him off.
Responded to the pressure
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yep. So that's a good start for Farm. As a reward, he will catch the winner off of, let's see, because there are no rewards
Right.
today.
Is
These-
it actually a reward?
exactly why I said it that way. Topsky-Clark matchup. So he's got the winner off this board here to move into the finals. But we won't see that until the round of Final Four. We still have two more top 8 matchups coming at you, and that is Chris Swanson versus the Freight Train and Ron Otto versus Brandon Kessler. So stay tuned for that action.
Still some pretty good matchups.
As we look and see what's going to happen here, as Gary Clark is sitting with the 6-3 lead over Jay Topsky in this race to 7.
This next start is really important for this match.
So here it is. For a 1-4-6 checkout to move along. He's not going to do him that dirty, is he? What a look at it.
That's a good look.
So it's a 20 shot here all day.
Now, again, does that put pressure on Gary if Topsky misses this shot to take that 13 out to continue?
54 for 36 here. 57.
You know he wasn't going 54.
Yeah. I felt like he might. I was like, some of those, because 110 pops up so much. So this is a crucial shot. You want to just get this match over with if you're Gary. You know how good Topsky is.
It's a 12.
Yeah, obviously he was thinking 5-4 there.
Yep.
Which I like. I mean, it's why not? I mean, it's really probably the
your bust numbers on either side are what they are, right? You go single one, you hit a 2018. That's
16 for 32 here.
Little close to the double.
And sneaking alive there is Jay Topsky, staying alive with a 6-4 score line now. So he's the red player. So first button, yeah.
Here, this one here?
Yep. So 6-4. Clark's going to start, though. Shake that off if you're Gary. What are you thinking? 12 dart out. Let's get this over with. You might even get away with 15. Just go up there and throw a good game.
Yeah, you got to stay pretty consistent.
It'd be nice to start with 100, right?
Gary's thinking it would have been nice to take that last round out.
Yeah,
and
these
move
guys
on.
these guys start creeping up on you, though.
Yep.
You start throwing those shots, and you seen what Dan did. He started grinding his way back, you know. But he was just a couple too many breaks behind, and I think that might be the ultimate fate for Jay here with, you know, not only having to win this game from the 2-0, but having to win the next game where we saw that was just too much for Dan to do on his board.
Even being 2 games behind at the beginning is still tough. You have a lot of darts left to play, but still you're automatically in your head, you're thinking, I have to win, I have to win, I have to win.
Yeah.
And that you're just putting pressure on yourself.
Yeah, it's an uneasy mindset for sure.
It's a long match, but you gotta be close. Try and keep it close anyways. Tough third dart.
Just tickled away just a bit there at the end, right? That was a good dart.
There's that 83 popping up quite a bit.
Such a common score, isn't it?
It's better than 26.
180.
Good shot.
Abe, a pure natural in here on the keyboard. You can hear the poetry in motion there.
Yeah.
No, Scott Swanson asked if the other boards are going. We're going to start them both at the same time, just so the players can have a few minutes to warm up and get loose, as they obviously the other 4 players sat during this match. So, but after that, it'll just be down to Final 4, and the guys will pretty much just keep moving. So what you'll see is a few minute break after this match, and well, the players will stay with you and talk, and you can watch them practice a bit, but. Probably,
yeah, you don't want to throw another team in there while these guys are trying to finish up their match.
Right, or everybody trying to warm up on one board, bouncing darts their way. You know how it goes. Travis Caulfield asks, is it single elimination? It is single elimination. That's why we go with such a long format, the race to 7. So
and that single elimination puts a lot of pressure on you, too, going into that.
It does, yep. So 1 and done. We will see a new champion this year.
Yeah.
For the first time in the 2-year history of the tournament. So
19?
60-40, right? Easy pickings from there.
Right.
So here we go. What do you think here? 140?
He's got to hit a 140. 100 leaves you one. I mean, 118, you're still close, but you got to go. You got to try.
He might go 57 here just because he sees that on a tail. Nope, he stayed. That I think it was smart to stay, actually,
Yeah.
because you have to win this leg.
He had room in the triple there.
Jeremiah asked an interesting question. So who's the favorite now after the whole internet had picked Dan? Where are they going to go right to the experience with Brandon Kessler, maybe? The red hot we've seen from Farm? Chris Swanson? I mean, Kev.
There's still a lot of good players.
But
Is there really a favorite left? Like, I don't know. I like Jake. I think his grind will keep him in this for a while. But it's hard to call.
Yeah. And, I mean, Kessler did just play that whole TOC event, so he comes in most likely on form after playing with that caliber players for, from Saturday to Wednesday or whatever we determined it was. So Swanee's
But he
just
hasn't had a lot of time off either,
steel.
so if he was playing 5 days straight.
Is he exhausted?
Yeah,
is fatigue an issue? Yeah.
Does the dart exhaustion come in at that point?
Yeah. Just mentally, just a bit drained. But, he's in a good spot today. Shelly's here driving, so, he can probably have a couple of beers, relax a bit.
Gary Clark moving on.
No, he's in. So Gary Clark does advance, and he's going to be taking on State Farm to go to the championship round.
That'll be a good
Which
matchup.
is ironic because they've played so many title matches here. Like those two and the qualifiers have played each other a lot. And it's always a good match. So.
Yeah, they're comfortable playing each other. It's because they do it so often.
PJ says jet lag.
Right.
Definitely could be a bit of it. It wouldn't surprise. So we'll go to a big view here for you. Back of the room and see how it goes. And going to mute it just for a second here. And we'll be right back as the players get warmed up for this second half of the first round.
Replay this tomorrow. Jay Customs, come put in work and he gon' turn it up. Made a name and now we bout to put a claim on what we want. I cannot be stopped. I catch a body if it's one-on-one. I made this my hobby. They cannot tell me what can't be done. Shout out Ricky, we up in the club, it's going down. If anybody wanna run it, let me know it now. From Michigan to anywhere, we coming through your town. I'm on a mission, who's the best? I gotta take them out. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the goal. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the goal. Yeah, it's your boy King and Flay, and I'm rocking with MDC. Much love, Josh, I appreciate the opportunity, fam. And as always, said I'm out, y'all. Yeah. Hope you got your aim right. So we came in, it's game time. MDC, yo. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. I'm talking back then, we used to rock out on the cell phone. Facebook Live got viewers stuck just like it's Velcro. You see it's growing, I can do this by myself though. Perfect game with it, little shoulder and some elbow. Yeah, sit and watch us do it. Straight out the basement, now it's on the TV, you can view it. You We love the competition, we gon' rock out till we finish. Josh Apparel with the jersey, time to get the fitting. They boosting up my adrenaline anytime I'm winning. I lock in, I don't lose focus, the target, I'ma hit. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want the smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want the smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Y'all free a ball, we took all the smoke, they know who we are. Best not jump the gun with me, it's like jumping out a moving car. I come through and set the scene, confident like movie stars. Put this on the movie screen so they can replay this tomorrow. Jade Custom, come put in work and he gon' turn it up. Made a name and now we bout to put a claim on what we want. I cannot be stopped, I catch a body if it's one-on-one. I made this my hobby, they cannot tell me what can't be done. Shout out Ricky, we up in the club, it's going down. If anybody wanna run it, let me know it now. From Michigan to anywhere, we coming through your town. I'm on a mission, who's the best? I gotta take them out. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye, how about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want the smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch, haters do not want the smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, it's your boy King and Flay, and I'm rocking with MDC. Much love, Josh, I appreciate the opportunity, fam. And as always, said I'm out, y'all. Yeah. Hope you got your aim right. As we came in, it's game time. MDC. Get your aim right. Get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick. It's game night.
All right, we're back. Quick little chat with the players. Farm and Bert come up and gave us a little post-game.
That's always fun.
Yeah, it's always good to hear. We would mic it up, but it's hard with 4 people and 2 mics.
You're
and,
right.
and then everyone feels like they can hear you from back there, but the mics don't. They don't
I don't
really
want
pick
their
it up.
faces that close to mine either.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. Maya says that he loves that Chris wears the ref jersey. Chris definitely rocks the ref jersey when he's here.
Yep.
These days. I see Tim got the cord moved. Matt Maggie enjoying the show, so appreciate you out there.
What was the cord from? Hanging in the corner there?
It was in front of the back view cam.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's just one of the we got some stuff jammed up there. He says not just a ref, he's an IT guy too, does it all.
Can we tell him to move the mic arm too?
I think that's peaked. So let's click onto the boards and see what's happening there.
Scott Swanson isn't biased at all, is he?
Trav checking it to see if the Beast is going to Disneyland after that big check. That's where it should be going, somewhere nice and relaxing. That was some work, man. I watched that event.
Yeah.
That is a hard event to win, man. You have to be pretty much perfect at the right times all day long.
Focus is key at that point.
Yeah. You're allowed to lose games. And
Up over here. Swanee won the court.
oh, we didn't even update the
Nope.
scoreboards. Look
We're-
at me. So who do we got? It's Swanee's on board too. So
Yeah.
who's board 1? It's Kessler.
Kessler and Otto.
Pardon me for this one, guys.
It's not my fault. I don't have the mouse in my hand.
True story. And then on board 2, we have
Swanson and Freight Train.
Swanee and Kev.
Much love, Josh. I appreciate the opportunity, fam. And as always, said I'm out, y'all.
All right, here we go. And these are our final matches in the round of 8. So these players will move into the top 4, and the 2 winners will face each other. Gary Clark and State Farm will be facing each other in the first round, or on the other board.
And I
And
was already looking at an out on that one.
these 2 winners as well. Ronnie down there, okay, well, a little low on the scoring at 25, but from the 2-hole in game 1, you kind of expect it's just a feeler game.
Yeah,
a
and
little
these
bit.
guys
Like to steal it if you can, of course.
sitting for the whole first match. It's not easy to get down there and just start playing.
I see my boy Meatball checking in out there. What's up, Meatball? Craig Cook says Abe and Scotty out there. What's up, Craig?
Craig's got to show up. Come
Abe
all the way
said
over.
he wants to come out and commentate. Craig does. He said, "Screw it, I'll take Scotty's seat." Hey, I can hang
Give
out
you a
down there.
break.
I'll hang out down there with the ref and watch. It's fun down there watching. You don't realize, like, when you're up here. When I did go down and watch the matches, I'm like, man, it's a little more tense down here than I thought.
It
You know what I mean? Like up here, you just hear the music. You feel like it's vibing. It's all chill. It's there's some concentration going on.
Ronnie's got a chance to take this out. Brandon's been pushing them numbers around the board.
So is that Swanee in game 1? On board 2. And then that's
Ronnie with steal.
Ronnie in game 1. So a break off the rip. Paul Shaw giving Topsky a little needle there. Lori says, "Let's go, guys." How we doing out there, Lori? Nice. Brent pulling out some Shocktober type of vibe tonight. The movie in the cemetery, probably Pet Cemetery or something crazy, right?
The movie in the cemetery. Where's that taking place?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Sounds sketchy to me.
People are dying to get in there, you know. Friday the 13th. Nice.
Oh, that's a good one. Hopefully it's not the new one and it's the original.
It's got to be the original. It ain't even worth it if it's not. This is a good scoring round from Kev there, as he's right around 35 points a dart in this leg from the 1-hole. So, see if Swanee's going to have to really throw a $180 to steal. A 140 would give him an out, but I think 180 is a lot more realistic, and it looks like he might have it here.
Still
Look
a
at
good
that.
miss.
He does leave the big fish. I didn't even see that coming. That was interesting. Dad joke number 1.
Where's the ticker for that on the scoreboard?
I had to.
Ronnie with a 140.
And Ronnie in there is a bit of even a self-proclaimed long shot today.
Right.
When I talked to him, he said, you know, just coming in to play my game. I worked a lot of hours this
Brandon
week.
takes it out with the double bull.
But I put some, ooh, look at that.
Good shot.
Very nice shot. Very nice shot. 12 darter.
Train gets himself on the board.
Paul Otto says he's going to go with Ron and Swanson in these 2 matches. Those 2, I feel like that's ready for a battle on board 2. Doesn't it just seem like it's just, you could see someone win 2 in a row and then the other guy take 2 in a row. I could definitely see that match being a dogfight.
The
A long match.
Yeah. A lot of back and forth.
Both players good at mathematics. It shouldn't be any math errors in that game. So many times you see it in this format where players just taking darts out of their own hand.
Ronnie gets a 180.
So Ronnie, good job there. As he's well in control of this leg, opening up 140, 180.
Brandon's got some work.
It really is hard to call. What's Millar talking about, Michael Vick?
I don't get the joke.
Probably something we said. That's the hard part. The chat's so slow. Like
Yep.
by the time sometimes when it comes in, I'm like,
I noticed
don't
because I
remember what
comment a
said.
lot
Yeah,
in the chat.
we got a $1.80.
Swanee? Shot.
So 180, number 12. How many of you guys think we'll see tonight? We got the rest of this round, our final 4 matches, and our finals. Oh, dogfight. There we go. See? See, if it would have came in at the right time.
Right.
Bad news kennels. I get it. I always liked Vic personally. And I had a dog, but
Right.
he's a touchy subject. But, man, he was fun to watch, wasn't he, when he was good?
Very, very talented.
Never went to practice. He's like AI, but football, Terrible role model
We're talking
for sure.
practice.
But fun to watch, man. God, he was good.
Brandon's got a
So
chance
Ronnie,
to steal.
opportunity kind of slips away from Ronnie there, and Brandon's going to toe the line with 64. You got to feel like this is gone. 1 dart only for the double. That's all he needs.
Shot.
Speaking of 1 dart only for the double, who saw JVD today, man? Jules was great.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Euro Tour.
Just replays on.
I think it's German. I don't know. I forget the tournament, but man, he played so well against
German Dart Masters.
the Freeze, Danny Noppert. 6-2, we beat him.
Yeah, that's pretty handy.
Kessler hit a 177, Chuck said. Usually, you know what we do for those? 9
Put
marks.
that on the 9 mark.
Yep. Because that's kind of what it is, right? 9 mark.
You do the same thing when they hit 9 on the triple one.
No, only big scoring. Like, we'll count like 159
Right.
if you did it to leave yourself like 40 or something where we know that's what you went for. So
Swanson was working around the board on that one.
Swanee
All
does.
over.
He's player 1, board 2. So he's up 2 games to 1. So is Brandon Kessler. This game pretty equal here. Kessler, a couple trip 20s here could kind of take control here with the second trip 20. No, nothing hurt by Ronnie. Just come in with 100 or 140 here, and I think you're in pretty good shape.
Brandon's trying to find his groove a little bit there.
Tina says Jules was fire today. Looks like Scott Edwards saw it as well. It was a great watch. There's our girl Olivia Terry. Speaking of the TOC, tore it up out there. Miss you out there, girl.
She played really well.
Proud of you. Glad to watch. Yeah, it was fun to watch. Exciting. You were really doing your thing out there, and it's always a pleasure to watch. So keep up that good work, and hope to see you real soon out there, baby. So let's see what Swanee does here. Kev's in all right shape, but Swanee just continues to score, doesn't he? He's just like a little nagging opponent. That opponent just
he's
doesn't.
a really good scorer. Pretty
Yeah,
consistent.
he's that player that is hard to play against because he doesn't go away. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and that's what really makes him tough.
He doesn't really show a lot of frustration either, which some players you can tell when they miss a shot, they're just angry, and I think that kind of hurts him a little bit, where Swanson doesn't really show that much.
No, he doesn't. Chris says the Pandora sucks, keeps going to ads. Hey, in between, after these matches are over, log out of it and then go back in and open it back up, because I renew my subscription today so it wouldn't. But I think that Pandora's been playing all day. It just needs to be reset, that's all. If you log out and log back in, it shouldn't do it anymore.
Ronnie's looking at 25 here.
Chucky said he saw it too. He missed the first 2 games, but caught the end of the match. Olivia said everyone played so good out there. It was a great time. It really is great to see the level where the game is right now. Like, the players are just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's insane.
The skill level of the top players keeps getting better and better and better.
It does. It's like they're never satisfied. They're just pushing this needle, you know. And they're starting to do it globally. Some of the U.S. players and North America players, and that's what I like to see is when they're literally leaving steel tip or soft tip events to go. Look at Jules. He flew out, had to skip the finale to go fly out there.
Well, initially he wasn't even going to go.
Now he's into round 3.
Wasn't even going to go to the TOC because he was going to go concentrate on that, and then things didn't work out quite the way I think he thought they were. So he ended up playing and then flying out.
Yeah.
Swanson takes 3-1.
So Swanee at 3-1, 2-2 over here with Otto and Kessler. So Dan Burke having his first ever $100 taco today. He did come in.
Hopefully he had
before he
two.
left and said, "Hey, I'm gonna grab a $100 taco and I'll be on my way."
He should have taken a cookie.
Who knows? Maybe he did. What was that? A 1-2-4 there?
Yep. Again, Brandon's starting to look a little more comfortable. Had a couple sketchy darts the last turn, but
Well, like we said, maybe it could be a little tight, little bit fatigued, but I think once he gets it going after all those days, and he did have at least one day to rest, right?
Right.
Because he must have got home Wednesday night.
the
Thursday
finale
morning.
was Wednesday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's
So he probably got home Thursday morning at the latest. So Thursday, Friday, but I'm sure he had work to catch up to. So could definitely consider that fatigue could be a factor for him today.
a day and a half of rest.
If it was that, did you catch up all your work or?
Right. Not really
With
showing
all
any
that
signs
being
of
said,
fatigue.
he does have a 3-2 lead. But quietly, Ronnie's right here in this match,
Yep.
doing exactly what you needed. The match don't really start till it's about 4-4 or 5-4,
Right.
and then it really gets tense. These first couple legs.
Until it gets out of hand, then it's he's grinding, he's playing well. He's not letting Brandon get far ahead of him. Taking that first match out, I think, was strong. Swanson with a 180. So I think that helps Ronnie at that point winning that first match, starting second.
Yeah. Yep. Get a break point right off the bat. His dart's flying well. It looks good. Coming out of the hand, it's going nice and straight. There's no wobble. When Ronnie's a little off, you can typically from up here you could see it.
Yeah.
In his flight.
No erratic third darts.
Tanya says Kessler had to order all the darts for Toys jerseys you won.
There was a few. Got to support the cause.
So Kev only gets it to 115 from 145, and let's see, it could be harmful. He's gonna get another look, but he's gonna have to clean it up most likely, right?
Yeah, he's got to take it out.
Yeah, you don't want to give the kid 3 more darts here, especially now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sitting on 40.
It's still a 20 shot, right? And if you hit the single 20, it's 57. No. Okay, I see what he did there. Okay,
shot, good
nice. So anyone wondering how much Kev's been playing lately, that should speak for it a little bit there. That was a very nice finish. Only averaging about 24 points per dart, but hit it when it mattered. That's what matters in these long sets, man. Get your outs. Put a point on the board. Big triple from Swanee. Another big triple from Swanee. 140.
Yep. Seen a lot of 140s tonight so far. And we're really just getting started.
Yeah, about 13 180s, right? What do you guys think over under for how many we're gonna see all night? What think can it get all the way to 30 with the rest of this round, both matches next round, and a final? That's pushing.
That's a lot.
With
all the 140s, well, we're adding one more right now. With all the 140s,
this is approximately like that half. No, well, I guess the halfway point of the tournament would be after this round. So.
Right. Ron had a good
That's hard to tell. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go with 27. I'm gonna go with 27 total because I know a lot of times in the second round of play and the finals you'll see a few extras. So Holly says freight train all day.
Yeah, Kev looks like he's playing pretty decent. Of course, I say that. That's the curse, right?
Yeah.
Commentator curse.
Well, he's only averaging a 12 this game, but it doesn't really matter with Swanee going first, averaging 52 points per dart.
Right.
In the one hole, so 10 dart out. We might have a bottle of wine for him or something.
Oh.
Yeah, under. Everyone's going under on the 30. I think I set that over under too high. I would say if it was over under, it would have to be 24 and a half. 10 more, 25 and a half maybe. What would you say, Abe?
Man, I don't know. I feel...
Millar said 24. I feel like that's a fair count.
I'm going 21.
That's where I said 24 and a half, so he's right on it,
right,
taking the under.
Right.
So he's thinking about the same way I am there. I went 27. I beefed it up for these guys, but... Willie says 28. Now, I was asking this question, and let's see what you guys think in the chat, and to see what you think, Abe. I was telling Chris, what would you take a bet if I said, I'll bet you $300 there won't be a 9-dart out. If there is, you get my 300. If there's not, you pay me 1,000. Would you take that bet?
I wouldn't. I don't think I'd take that bet.
Would you take it for 400? Like, where would you take it? Where would you? How much would someone have to pay versus your 1,000? Because, you know, think about, we've only had one throw-in on the stream so far ever. So, like, the odds are definitely against it.
Oh yeah, they're hugely against it.
But it's also all 8 winners, and it's some of our best players. So I would say with this field, the odds of one go up a little.
I think
Kim Wallace thinks even money. Willie says hell no. I told him, I said 250 I would never do it. But I would be the 1,000 for maybe about 6, I think.
Man, yeah, maybe. I would take it. 250, no, definitely not. It's got to be up there. It would have to be
you have
6.
to get odds. It's not fair. You can't just go. I feel like even money's unfair because it just doesn't. You know, if it was FanDuel, what would their odds be?
It doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. There's a big 180 from Kev.
It's just a hard bet to handicap it. I was like, you know, what do you do? Is it like, I'll put up 60 versus your 100. It's the same thing, just less zeros. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but when you start getting up in the more zeros factor, it makes it a little tougher.
It does. And then it's like, how much do you tip the guy? You know what I mean?
Right.
They threw the front 8 and hung it outside, so you cleaned up.
Thanks for handing me that.
Big shot for Kev here to make it 4-3. He's not going to get a dart at the double, though. He will if it comes back.
That's a Kessler win on that side.
Yep, with Ronnie going first. So Kessler out in front 5-2. And Ronnie a little loose on the open there, so he's going to have to pull that together over there.
Swanson takes that out.
So Willie says he agrees he'd be about 6 bills to the 1,000.
It would have to
Millar says 25%, so he's 200 or 250 for 1,000. So if you were betting 250, you would only do it if it was to win a grand. Which is understandable.
Right.
I mean, because it really is a hard bet. You know what I mean? But it's like with the field being tougher than normal. But all these guys have been here. They've never done it. The only guy who's done it is right there in the chat, Brett. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we see a lot of 140s. Have we seen anybody start 180 yet?
Oh yeah, the first shot of the night, 180
that's
from
right,
yeah.
that's right.
And there's been a couple of other games where it started, but nobody's got the front. I don't even think they hit dart 4 yet.
Right.
But we definitely have seen front 3. We've seen a 10 darter. Swanee just threw a 10 darter. Our scoreboards are correct down there. I guess we should double check when we get going away with all this chat with the chatter. Sometimes I lose track, but Chris, we looking good up there?
Brent, if everybody was more capable, we'd see more 9s. We have yet to see that.
We would like to. We've always wanted to. It's out there. I mean, there's still a...
There's 2 videos of it, one of you and one of Scotty doing it, I believe.
Appreciate Kim Wallace tapping in the Cash App with the donation this fine evening. So, appreciate you for that, my brother.
Turn up the music. We love the competition. We gon' rock out till we finish. Josh Apparel with the jersey, time to get the fitting. They boosting up my adrenaline anytime I'm winning. I lock in, I don't lose focus. The target, I'ma hit. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick. It's game night. That's a bullseye.
All right, guys, we're back. We're just talking to Jay before he took off. Kim Wallace, thanks again for the donation. Got a little something we'll send out to you, too, as well. Send you a little package in the mail. Keep an eye out for that. We've got some new swag that you haven't seen, I don't think. So, can at least send you one of those. Being generous this evening.
There's a good start from Ronnie. Here's the front 3.
All right, that's what we're looking for. What, Travis's question, I don't understand. Or is it going with a comment from up there?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So Swanee's in pretty big control on the freight train over here. The bracket really seemed to kind of bring out some nice matches early, right? I thought. This round not as level as the first ones we saw. Where
It's
both
funny
these...
I picked Farman and Dan to be in the final, not to play the first match right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's so hard to pick a final before you see, because I think a lot of people would look at the bracket and they probably thought maybe Kessler and Dan when it first came out, because the fact they're on opposite sides and they're experienced players. But the roadblocks on the way to this, obviously you see, one of those players already out. Kessler doing the best he can to move into this next round with a 4-game cushion on Ronnie, up 6 games to 2.
Yeah, it's definitely a talented group, which is why they're here, obviously, out of all the players and all the qualifiers.
Caught the wrong trip there for Ronnie, but at 21, I mean, it kind of sucks from he's at 261. You hate to be at that awkwardness, but what are you going to do? 5-8-8, right?
I like double 10, so.
Okay, so you could just the other side of the 20 then, just one.
On the flip side of that coin, you got a bust, or you could leave yourself with a 3 if you hit the single, right?
And there's your bust. So let's see. Kessler, throw the 140, pressure that 21. Ronnie takes 3 darts but hits it. That's what I think is going to happen.
Right.
Trip 20 for 40. Catches a trip 5 for 85.
Does Ron switch it up?
I feel like 5-8-8 screaming, but 1-10, why not?
I mean, it's obviously safer playing that side
Because
you don't have the busts.
Yeah, the 18 won't bust you. It's just
Well,
going
right,
to make it
right.
1 double 1, which
But if
kind of
he's
sucks.
going
But
1 and hits the 20 like last time, then,
Yeah.
you know, that one is a pain in the rear sometimes.
it really is. Nobody likes it, right? So Kessler's going to give the opportunity right back, and a little lazy here at the finish line. But with him being to start the next match, if Ronnie does win this, I think Kessler will shut it down with the 12 or 15 dart finish. I think if Ronnie's going to want to steal this leg, he's going to have to come out 140, 180.
Yeah, he's got to start
and really just send
well.
a message. Just come out blasting. Double 2 for the set. Is that the set? That is the set. So we can switch full throttle. As Chris Swanson will move into the Final Four, and he will await the winner from this match here. And we tune back in time, just in time to see
Catch it.
Swanee crack. Oh, no, that was Kessler who cracked the 180.
Yeah.
I was looking at Swanee shaking hands back there. Some tough draws down there today. Some real good players out in the first couple of rounds. Massey liking what he says. It's a lot of talent in the room. I got to agree.
Yep.
All these guys have won their way into this event.
Yeah, they're not here by chance.
Yep.
Good third dart.
46.17 points per dart coming to the line, though. You got to feel he's a favorite to close this set out right here in this leg. As he's just motoring.
Yeah, that's a big shot.
Give him a 9 mark for that one.
Just the one side?
Eat it both sides. Both sides is fine. Although from now on it will be board 1. We'll be down to. Or no, we got Final Four. 2 boards for Final Four.
Yeah.
I always hear all the milling. I'm like, who's out there? You know,
Who's wondering?
them squeaky hardwoods. That's the. I can't believe it's the first time we got the "Let's Go Brandon" tonight. Let's go Brandon. So he does.
And he went.
He does move on, and Ronnie Mack is eliminated. So we're down to 4. We're gonna see Kessler versus Chris Swanson, which I'm gonna, knowing Chris, guess that's gonna be board 1. And the other match is a match we've seen many times here before, as Gary Clark and Jake State Farm will duke it out again here. I don't even know what the series is with them guys here, but it's real close. It's like 5-4,
Yeah.
one way or the other. They've
played a lot.
They have definitely played each other here a lot over, all the seasons and
Right.
stuff like that. I just passed him. Where'd he go? There he is. Everyone looks the same. We've all got our arms crossed with the jersey on. I was telling someone I'd like to make commentary pictures, like where
Right.
you're sitting behind the mic, for us guys who aren't down there playing.
For us, unfortunate enough to not make it into this event.
Exactly. Who's the other player I'm looking for?
Where you at? Who'd you have on the...
I got Jake, and he's playing Clark.
Gary. Alphabetical by first name helps that out a lot, because if it was last name, you'd be all over the place looking for him.
Yes, I would. And then there's nicknames.
Yep.
It's like trying to find you on my cell phone. I always go right to Abe, and it's wrong.
This is like fucking trying to break into a fucking place.
We are back. We are only an hour and a half into this stream, and we're into the final four, so
It's moving pretty quick.
it's what you expect. It's going good. Everybody seems to be in a good mood. I know the players that have been eliminated always a little disappointed, but you know
They still leave smiling though. They're not.
yeah. No, they know that it was tough.
Do we see any deciders in these two?
Chuck says I'm mute still on. Scott must be wolfing down $100 tacos. I think we do. We should have that Gary's profile pic where he was off. I don't know if you remember that one, Abe.
I don't think so.
We lost like a tiebreaker in the Soft Tip City Wars, and Gary was way out of the picture.
He wasn't even in it at all.
We cropped him back in, and then we were putting that version of. We were putting in a bunch of different photos for a while, just in memes. Like how they have Porky sleeping all the time, and those, you know, like that's kind of what we were doing with the Gary one. Yeah, Millar points out we turned off the mics and the viewers take off. They usually don't like the silence, but it's hard. The players always come bum rushing us here in between rounds, and it's hard to have the mic on because it gets confusing when you hear four people talking in here. So typically they come back for the next round to play because these matches are obviously should be good ones.
Yeah,
all four of these players played good enough to win this event, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm hoping we get to see them go to the 13.
Now that we're down to four players, who's going to take it? What do you guys got? Jeremiah asked that question earlier. Who's the new favorite? Does Kessler take it over with the experience? Swanee just with doing what he does?
Sheer grit.
Farm and Gary here all the time, just so accustomed to playing here.
Yeah,
both playing
comfortability.
Both playing. It's their home court. They both got to feel like it's their home court. And they're both playing well, so...
Yeah, their match is going to be a pretty good match. Should be, anyways. I mean, they're four strong players, so we
Chuck said on the side of the truck was priceless. Yeah, I made it. But we literally put it on everything for a while. And we were just learning. That's when you're like Snapchat photoshopping. You know what I mean? Like
that's when Chuck had all them cool crying Jordan pictures of us.
They're so hard to shuffle through. Brent says refer to my previous comment about my picks, but it's hard to shuffle through because everything comes through double.
Yep.
You know, it's really hard to pick right here. I mean, I couldn't even really tell you which board I think is the favorite, to be honest, if I'm being real honest, because Farm showed us something. Comes out and beats Dan, you know, in a pretty solid match with some good scoring, some good finishing.
He's got to keep it up. He doesn't want to fall flat, which he usually doesn't.
Right, and it's only 3 matches.
Yeah, they'll get their darts in, and I think it'll be it should be pretty good. We hope, anyways.
Kessler, Swanee, I know they have played each other a couple times in CDC in the steel tip. I do know that they played at least once. I believe I remember seeing the match card for that.
Have they played soft tip against each other? Swanson doesn't play too much soft tip.
Farm and Kessler, Travis says he'll go with.
Looks like they're getting started.
Is it the 2 veterans? You know, is it Gary Clark and Brandon banging heads? Could it be both the young guns? Is it one of each? Yeah, I hate to really call those guys young guns because they've both been doing it a long time, but they're a little bit younger than the other players, I would say.
They're starting up.
Oh yeah, I'm back here talking about it.
Chat. I'll let you know what happens.
We're waiting for the viewers to get back. So here we go. Looks like a 140 start for Kessler as he finds a trip 20 on his next start as well. Picks up the 137 there, so not bad.
Haven't really seen a lot of players switch down to the 19 playing on the soft tip board.
He uses that well.
Yes.
Crystal says she's going with Swanson and Farm.
None of them are going to be bad picks.
Yeah, it is. It's really hard for me to pick too, and then everyone gets mad when
Right.
you know, I heard you pick against me when I went back and rewatched it. Well, damn, I was kind of pressured. I had to pick someone.
I'm not picking.
Burke says he's going with Farm and Kessler for the finals. Millar was giving us the hint there. Flip the cameras, guys. It's time. So it looks a lot of people sleeping on Gary though, man. Gary, he played a pretty good match, right?
It's been a while since I think they've seen Gary playing though, right? When was the last time he was down here shooting? I think the last time he played
The classic.
he wasn't playing all that well, right?
He did struggle with his split bowl in a couple of events in the middle of the season.
Yeah, he's always been pretty consistent shot.
Farm just when he gets hot, he's
We got Kessler up. They started first, right?
yeah, so Kessler must have won game one. That was that game he started 137, 140, yeah, so we must have just missed that gabbing away in here.
Yep.
How we do?
'83s.
83. We're going to get a patch for the guy with the most 83s. You get a patch.
Yep.
Here comes Kessler with that trip 20 working.
Yeah, he's found his groove in there.
All four of these players have at least secured their money back too, but it's a big jump here. It's a minimum of a $500 pay jump and as much as 11, depending on how you do in your match after this. But it's a big pay jump to win this match. $500 to be exact.
Do you think they split? Depending on who
In the
it is?
finals, but they're not splitting here, so you gotta make the jump yourself, and then I think most of those guys down there will split, but they'll definitely play it out to be club champions. So
Right.
a lot of times they'll leave a little bit to play for too. Sometimes they'll say, hey, let's split 1,400 and play for the other four, or whatever, however they work it, but I always encourage just playing for it. I think it's exciting when you're playing for it, but it's, if we make rules like that and then no one's going to show up. What do you mean we can't split?
Right.
We're the ones down here playing, so.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want, but...
Yeah.
And I've heard you talk about it before, when you are playing, if they don't split and you're playing for that total prize, that puts a lot of pressure on both players as well.
I think so. It's
Just because of the difference in payout.
Yeah. It's usually substantial. It's a $600 payout difference from first to second place tonight.
So if you...
Twitch comment. Let's go Farm State. Flirt.
Previously, when you were playing and winning,
Gary Clark with the win over there.
would you present the split to someone yourself?
I was always okay with it, you know what I mean? But if I usually wasn't the one to ask, I'd just say yes if they asked, you know what I mean? Because I liked playing for it, especially if you're out, you know what I mean? Like, that's the match I played all night for. I want to be in the money match, and I want to play for the it's just like Trip Shot, where it's like...
Kessler goes up.
Millar says the only split he likes is banana split, so...
We could tell from the stream.
Confirms. So safe to say he got all of that $10,000 check, right?
Buys a couple banana splits.
Day checking in from the campground out there,
Hey.
doing his dad thing. We've got the boys out there doing some Halloween camping this weekend with the family, so shout out to all y'all.
Speaking of that, the wife and Ella are up at the campground right now, watching. Hi, kids. Ella,
How we doing
Reese,
out
Cole.
there? It's a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out from the official, the one and only.
I got to go up there tomorrow and
180 to start a
look at
game.
that. Go and winterize the camper tomorrow. It's always a sad day.
It is. Comes with the territory, right?
Yep. Got the boats to do next. That's no fun either.
Tian says hi, so she did hear you. They did hear their shout out. As probably many people were anxious to hear you in the booth getting talked over by me the whole time.
It happens.
I'm bad about cutting it off here. It's like I try not to.
I was
Shout
more
out.
nervous about swearing too much than.
Usually we just whatever comes natural, you know.
Well, not me. There's
So
another one.
Kessler with number 19 on the evening.
Yeah, Brandon's playing pretty good.
Shout out on Twitch there with another Twitch comment. D-Sig. Banana splits for everyone on the B since TOC win, Mike Wilson says. Hey, that's a fact. That's a nice check. Farm with a nice win. So that's going to make that 1-1. And what do we got over there? Is that 3-0?
3-0.
3-0 as the X1 veteran is laying the law.
He is. He's really putting it down over there.
Here's where Swanee, just take a deep breath, get you a dub. If you could get a hold and a break right now back to back, you're right back in it at 3-2. However, if you don't, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, if he starts
Yep.
tightening up and pushing.
Yeah,
the darts,
he's very capable of it. He can do 24 to 27 darts for 2 legs. You know, if you can cash out games, 2 games in that amount of darts, I think that you can make a little comeback.
Yeah, he's got to do something. Got to turn it around a little bit. Because it's not like he's playing bad, Brandon.
No, he's not. Yeah, Brandon's playing well, and it's always going to be about the outs. Just you don't want to give extra opportunities. That's ultimately what's going to beat you in this format.
Yeah, you don't want to hand him a game.
I don't know why that's running ads, Chris. I paid the upgrade today just so I
sign into my Pandora account down there. Want me to start playing it from up here?
probably have to power off and power back on the Xbox, to be honest.
Yeah. That'll make it awkward down there. It'll be quiet.
Well, you could do it. We could do it while the finals, while they warm up. Try that next. Try to just power it off and then power back on and see if that works, at least for the finals, so they don't have to listen to all those Pfizer ads.
174.
Give them a 9 mark, would you? 19, so that 24 is looking good. Who said that? Millar said 24, 5 more.
Yeah, he took it.
I said 27. I need 8 more. That's quite a few from here. But it's only 1-1, and that.
There's a lot of darts
did
left
we
to
get
play.
did we get confirmation our scoreboard is correct?
If it is, Brandon's up 4-0.
Chris said he did turn off the Xbox, so I don't know. I literally renewed the subscription today, so it wouldn't do that anymore because of the that exact fact. Michael Boone sending in 25 on the PayPal. Appreciate you, my man. We didn't have anything big or anything planned, any type of giveaway this weekend, but anybody who does send something in, we will send a little something out for you.
Swanee's got some work to do.
4011, so we are correct. So Swanee's in big trouble. I wouldn't call 4-0 insurmountable, but I would call 5-0 insurmountable.
You can
really.
kind of tell, too, I think he's feeling a little bit because his darts are off target quite a bit.
Yeah, his pace is off a bit, too,
his last 2 turns, he was not right there like he...
There's a little jump. Get the blood flowing.
Gary had a chance.
They're playing slow over there. Yep.
Yeah, I would expect that match to be at
I
least
tell you, those
4 or
two.
5.
Yeah, those two have played each other so much. They probably like it because they're buddies. So if one of them's going on, you know, like they play together the most out of all the guys that are here. I would say, like of the doubles, you know, obviously a lot of these guys have paired up one way or another, but those two have played together quite a bit.
Swanson with 180.
So maybe just what the doctor ordered is he's going to most likely get on the board. Imagine just go on this straight, just savage train where you just,
Right.
you know, start stringing together 12 darters.
Just unconscious.
And then next thing you know, you're right back in it. I mean, that's really absolutely what he has to do or his night is over.
Yeah. 1 dart.
So it's a start.
Yeah, that's a must-have.
And that was what, a 14 darter or 13 dart finish? 38.54, I believe, is 13 dart finish.
Let me get the calculator.
Kessler says there'll be no more of that as the veteran steps up and punches in a $140. He's feeling like the favorite, right? A down there, like confidence-wise, individual player. Who do you think feels like this is mine? Like, do you think any one of them more than the others, or you think all the same?
I think they all, well, aside from Swanson at this point, because he's down 3 games. That's tough. But they have to have the mindset where they all have a chance, because if not, then your darts are going to show it. You know what I mean?
Right. And if you're not thinking, and maybe you really shouldn't be thinking that far ahead anyway, so you know what I mean? Because that'll get you fucking sent home quick.
Yeah, that puts you back a little bit.
But like Farm has to be confident with the first time getting past Burke here. He's played him tough in a lot of matches here at the club, and Dan's always gotten the best of him. And you know, so that had to send him through the roof. I think, you know, obviously Kessler with the experience and the fresh form.
Each one of these guys understands the level of competition from each player down there too, because it's not like any of these guys are unknown to each other.
Yeah, they're pretty familiar foes. So what do we got here? Oh, so Kessler in good shape again.
Playing this leg pretty well.
And Gary has tied it up.
Some good matches.
Yeah. Double bull? He didn't go for it. Smart play.
Last time
up 4-1 doesn't go
last
for
time
it. So that tells you
because
that.
he needed it.
But that right there is veteran. You know, there's no reason to go for it. Where most people might want to show off a little bit.
You want to go for it to throw that and then hit single 11 or whatever. You know.
Yeah. Wilson says it's kind of what we just said at the end there. One match at a time. Thinking ahead will get your ass busted.
Yeah.
So that is correct.
Yeah, you can't look too far down the road.
So 5-1 is Swanee. Very thin ice now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work.
Finds the corner there, so that's a big 81. 81's not as bad when your third dart was the triple 20.
Right.
It's just when your first dart's the triple 20 and you get 81 that really hits a little different.
Yeah, he's got to put in some tons here.
Yep, just steady 100 plus every time, which really isn't that hard to do for him. He's a good scorer. Trip 20 is a good target for him.
But again,
As I
think
say that
switch would help at that point, right? Because he's shooting big flights. He's over the top of that 20. You got to be able to switch it downstairs, because if not, you're coming away with 3 singles.
Well, it can't hurt, and maybe just to pick up your confidence for the next round. And he is a really good 19 shooter as well, so.
Gary and Jake are battling it out.
Exactly what we expect. Slow, methodical match. You know what I mean? Like every time it's rumble in the jungle down there.
Who's rope-a-doping who over there?
Exactly. They both got a little trick up their sleeve, don't they? Maybe it's Hagler Hearns.
Oh. Those were battles.
Could be all she wrote for Swanee right there.
Mm-hmm.
It actually should be 6 from 184 for this savvy veteran here. Let's see what he does with that. It gets it to 106. Is that Gary Clark with the finish? Gary had good energy when he came in today. Talking with him, he was like, man, I feel ready.
Yeah.
He was like, the last couple times I didn't play well on my split bull. He said I worked on it, and he felt good about his game. So
Yeah, he's showing it.
the slower pace doesn't seem to be hurting Farm, but the more pace in the game, the better for Farm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a
I said elimination. It's actually race to 7 today. Sometimes we do play 6, so forgive me for that. Swanee's still alive.
Farm's usually right up at the line, ready to go.
He's pacey for sure. Yeah, he's ready to play. I feel like he did come into this match as the favorite a bit, just going off the selections and the win. You know what I mean? Like although Gary also had a convincing win, but I think Farm, just the way he played in that first match, he come in as a slight favorite here. But I could tell you one guy who doesn't care, Gary. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He's just looking to put it away.
There's a big $180 for Swanee, so hanging some numbers on the board, and you never know. It seems a bit insurmountable. Back-to-back 180s coming off of the
There goes my
feature
21
board.
guess.
Closing in on that 27. I like it. I like it. Millar's out there nervous with his 24.
Eating another banana split.
It does sound pretty good right about now, I'm not going to lie. Chris Summers says, hey guys, what's up, Chris Summers? How you doing out there? Matt Maggie says, another fine event from the MDC. How's everyone tonight? Doing good here in the booth?
Are you playing at the nail?
Yeah, he said they should have it on a big screen, so talked with them earlier for a bit. Texted one another anyways. So hopefully the nail's going well tonight.
Chris was looking at 40. No sweat yet.
If Gary wins, you're going to cut him out of the pick. Well, we might have to use the old Photoshop. Yeah. I know it's because anytime you do it on Facebook, if you go to your stickers and hit scissor, it's going to be there. So I got like all my friends' faces. You know what I mean? Like if you go to mine, you're like, what did you need that for? Like, never mind. Never mind. What just happened? Oh, he busted.
Smart play busting, but
okay.
With Brandon on 120.
And is that Gary Clark with another win? So 4 games to 2, where everybody was sleeping on Clark a bit, and now all of a sudden he's starting to pull away a bit. This is a big turn for Farm. Goes a little heavy with the 4-3. Maggie says the luck of the draw at the nail tonight, but he's still a bit darted out from KC. Completely understandable.
Yep.
Ella says hi. So,
Hey.
hi Ella, how are you? We still got your awesome picture you sent us hanging on the fridge. You'll be happy to know. So, gets a lot of compliments from the people that come through the house.
Brandon with a 180 start.
So we've got the 23. Is this the game where Brandon gets it done?
I'm thinking. He's not feeling any pressure, obviously, and with the 180 start
And then a 40 open
40
from your
following
opponent.
him, yes, that's.
He's easily got 12 darts from here.
You don't want to have to use them though.
Right. Right. Yeah, you definitely just 12 and done. I mean,
Yeah, you wanna get it
ideally
down.
speaking. So farm back in control in this game a little bit, and unless the $180 here would tie it up, but guess I spoke a bit too soon there. Rick Askins says, let's go B. Ella confirmed that she is doing good, so living the good life up there at the final weekend of the camping season.
Hopefully it's not too cold.
Nah, there's blankets, right?
The wind blows off that bay pretty good sometimes.
Oh, I bet it does. I bet it does. Now, is that a seasonal? You guys have that spot all year?
It's year round, yeah.
Yeah. So you winterize it and leave it there?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, great.
Stays up there.
8 for a 4-3.
Oof.
He's coming back, though, so nothing hurt. Kessler is going to have 3 darts at 42 to move to the final. Smart play, though. Recognizes the mathematics.
Finally switches.
Yes, yeah. Recognize the mathematics, and it could 177 for farm. Did we miss that? Travis said there was a 177 for farm, so 9 mark.
He just took that one out, right?
Yep. So we got 4-3. The 42 was busted.
Yep.
Is he gonna? Ooh. 114 here to leave 36. Oh, not good. Still 100 behind. So 10-32, right? 10 or 6 is fine. 32, you move to the final. Boom. He's into the final. So congrats to PK, as he has just made a $500 pay jump and will play for the championship in the next round against the winner of this match here, which we see it's 4-3. Gary Clark, few points behind, but with that first position, pretty crucial leg here. 5-3 or 4-4 makes a big difference in this level in the match, I would, in my opinion.
Yeah. You don't want to be, this late, you don't want to be tied up and have to go 13-inch board.
No, the last, for a $500 pay jump, too.
Right. However, we'd like to see the 13 in the final, because that means they're both playing well, whoever.
That would be sick.
Makes it out of
I don't
here.
think we've ever had that happen. Well, for one, it's only our second ever club championship final. But, I mean, I don't think it's happened in a final at all. Oh, yes, it did.
There we go.
Paul Otto and Topsky last time. But I believe they had chopped.
Oh,
But it came to the 13-inch board. But for the last spot in this event, Paul Otto had darts to be in this event. He was right on it. It was, I believe he had a dart at double 2. I think he had a dart at double 16.
yeah, he destroyed me when I played him.
Yeah.
Played right off the bat.
Oh, man, he's a monster, dude. His scoring is sick, too. And he's a smart player. People underestimate how important it is to know your math and just save yourself 1 or 2 darts in a set could make all the difference when you're playing someone of equal ability. Stay there now, Gary. I wouldn't have done that.
That step back that he takes on that dart sometimes it's not. It hurts him, I think.
Yeah, he never did it for the longest time, but he's been doing that for quite a while now, and he's confident with it.
Right.
But I agree. I feel like it does hurt him. I've seen him when he had the perfect the 14 darter 701 game. He stepped back a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have seen it work for him, but I feel like, man, he plays such good at a fast pace as well.
Right.
When we've seen it for so many years, maybe that's why we've seen it from him. But Ron Otto brings up the comeback. 8-4 comeback was one of the better streams we've had because it was all but over. We were wrapping up and packing up the food and everything, and here comes Ronnie storming back. And I feel like Gary's starting to feel like he feels it.
Yeah.
He has total control of this match right now. But this is where Farm has been known to perform. It's almost like sometimes he likes to be down a little bit. Yeah. Well, you're going to be down a little bit with darts like that. Yeah. He's going to just turn on that Superman game that he's got and just start playing one turn at a time. Yeah, Gary looks really comfortable. You're going to have to tighten him up. He's 2 games from the gate. And if you don't slow him down now, you're not going to stop him.
No. Yeah, he's just got to settle in.
See what he does here. Trip would be nice. So Farm with a pretty solid opportunity. 140 to leave 102. How about a 180 to leave 62? Even better. So number 25 is on the board. I knew I underbid it. 30 was right. I was on to something.
30 was a good call.
Sometimes the finals is all 140s though. I ain't gonna lie. Because the pressure, it tensens a little bit, That was a good last dart by Gary Clark there. From 175, he crushes the double bull. Farm says, I'm not intimidated by that, sir.
There he goes.
How about 5 games to 4? I break you here and we're all tied. Who knows where that other point went?
It'll go up in the final match. You're like, wait, it's over.
I do it all the time. I'll be like, I don't know where that went, but I'm just going to fix what I'm looking at.
Somewhere in nowhere.
Somewhere somebody just won a set.
Somebody just got a hat.
Chris, can we confirm? All right, it doesn't matter. It'll be on the video. I was going to see if we could confirm that we have actual scores from these matches for the plaque.
Oh.
I need the actual. We put it onto the trophy.
Which is a great design, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah, I me and Ricky came up with that last year.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And by me and Ricky, I mean he sponsored it. I thought of the idea. I called him and he hated it, and I said, "Trust me, the people are gonna love it."
No, it's a good idea. It looks really cool.
It's because it's
Very
single
unique.
elimination. You can get away with it, and we make one for the club to hang at the wall here, and then we make a duplicate for the player to take home.
Yeah, it's not like you're putting a 64-player bracket on.
Yeah, and that would be tough. That's where they do get you the engravings. It's a little expensive to do it, but it's unique for the club, and if we do it, it's a good memory for at least one guy on the black, right?
Right. It's not just a coffee mug with your name on it.
The classic. We've all got stacks of those, don't we?
A nice wood plaque with the generic dartboard on it.
Pauliato's still wanting to get that match with Kev Freight Train. Hey, that's one we got to get on the stream. When you guys are ready for that, you let me know. I know we're heading into the off season for the holiday break and all, but it's not to say we couldn't do a little fun exhibition.
Oh, boy.
I could see somebody being out there like Rockies. It was supposed to be an exhibition. That's a match I'd love to see. I'd like to see that get played. So maybe one day we will get that together. Trouble for GC here, as Farm's going to have a shot from 61. Do you go 45 here for double 8 or?
I think I do, just from playing steel tip and from looking at my out chart. But you see,
I don't hate what he did, the 57 for double 2, because
Right.
it's right there on a snap.
Right.
We got that at 5-5 now.
that I don't like the double 2 though.
It is risky business. It really is.
Because if you miss inside, you got double 1. Some people don't mind it, but it's just not one of my faves.
Look at these guys down to it now. Now they know. Now it's like, all right, I want this pay jump, man. I can't let him because there's no way you could take a split beforehand, because then it's not worth making the pay jump.
Right.
If you're going to split it all in this tournament, you got to be in the finals to do it. Michael Punch, welcome in. Thanks for the like out there. D-Sig says State Farm heating up now, and I got to agree. He's just what we had said. He likes to – he's not intimidated at all being behind a little bit in a match. He plays sometimes, you could argue, better at those points.
I feel like he is more comfortable playing with his back against the wall a little bit.
Where Gary was kind of cruising for a minute there. It really looked like it was over, I would almost say.
And that's the difference between these two guys is Gary wants that comfortability lead, and Jake doesn't mind it. He would rather.
He just
would rather
wants the
be in
W.
this position
Yeah.
Then, I mean, everybody wants to win handily, but I don't think that pressure doesn't hurt Jake.
I didn't get to scroll down here, but both Chuck and Max say, how about 25-36 for that? So that's not a bad way to do it, especially steel tip.
I don't know. I usually go 15. And then I miss and hit a 2 or hit a 10.
50 leaves 11. You know, that's where you get unlucky if you do hit that 50 piece. I've always, you know, as long as it's over at the end of the turn, I guess it really worked for you, you know. But you want to do it consistently and be, you know, where you know what you're going to do. As long as you stick to the same routine.
You want to keep the math in your favor.
Yeah.
When you're throwing shots like that.
And soft tip's a little easier too, but the targets are bigger, so you can shoot triple instead because of the extra size, you know. And look at Farm here, just when it matters the most, he is really picking it up.
Who's had the highest out so far? Do we know?
I said something. The 132 was Kessler. Was there higher than that?
I'm not sure.
Can anyone confirm an out higher than 132?
Shot from Gary.
When he needed it the most? Not to beat a dead horse, because I feel like I've said that a lot tonight. So 77. It's 57 double 10, right? It's got to be. Now you got to hit a triple, dude.
Yeah, that's not a...
That hurt. 54 for double 10, 42, 32.
Yeah, this is a tough one too, because a lot of guys will go 60 just because, but then you're leaving like 14 sucks.
You got to assume Farm's going out anyway, so just shoot it where any way you're comfortable, the most comfortable triple, so you at least get the dart at it, and there it is. Will he be clutch and finish this? He does. He's playing like he wants to be club champion.
Yeah.
Chuck says 132 is the highest one he remembers. Farm unfazed as he comes right in with the triple 20, although does little loose with the rest of the turn, only picking up 85. See what Gary does here. Right in at triple 20 as well.
He looks
Again.
pretty focused.
He does. Those look like two really good darts. Sharks with freaking lasers. Chris said I hit 133 pounds of those tacos. Hey, I made a lot of it. I was like, you know what? The worst part is they're like wet a little, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But so it's like, please don't get it all over my couch, you guys. But it's today's crowd is you know, it's not it's a little more geared back. So knowing that
turn.
6 darts from 226 to play for the club championship title, can you do it? Oh.
Is he staying there or switch to 19?
He's switching.
It's a good
Triple
miss.
7 to leave the big
Or is
fish.
that intentional?
No, there's no way. There's no way. That's why I said it. Even Farm walked back. Now here, if Farm don't do, you can't give them 6 darts from 170. And you just did. Sounds like he got a phone call. Dan says that was the best $100 taco I've ever had. That's awesome.
Did you leave a tip?
Stacy says, hey, peeps, how we doing out there, Stacy? Hope things are good with you. So Farm continuing to throw
40s.
loose and angry. What's he doing here? We saw Farm go trip 18. That's not the shot. 48 for 24, right? He also goes trip 18. 14, leave yourself tops. Do something, yep, that we expect. There we go.
Right. Something to play into your favor a little bit.
Shelly said no, she didn't get any tacos on the couch. All right. That's good. Shelly was the least of my concerns
Right.
out of this crowd.
Somebody out there spilling a plate.
Yeah. Stacy says all good, doing the playing darts, waiting on the strike news. Yep. Hopefully that gets right and they take care of you guys like they should. So I'm pulling for you and the whole UAW fam out there, hoping you guys get what you deserve. So, you know, nowadays you got to fight for your money.
Yep.
Brownano said he left Chris to clean up the beer cans. I had it. The basement looked about as good as it's been in a while.
It didn't even score anything. He must have hit the white on the 20.
Ooh, that was not good. And that's it.
Gary
He's
busted it. Busted the 40.
there's no way he fucks this up. First dart, dead center.
It's almost the same spot as last time. Same thing again.
And he
it that
does
time.
it. He's going to the championship round. So congratulations, Gary Clark. Also great run by both of the players that just made it top 4 only, with Chris Swanson and Jake State Farm going out in the top 4, picking up $100 apiece.
Good darts, gentlemen. Sure to be an exciting final.
Willie says UAW 685 out here, so we see a lot of our UAW peeps out there. Daniel Tucker, too, said waiting on it. Noah Bourne says Gary for the dub. What's up out there, Noah? How we doing? Yep, so Gary going to play for the title now. Let's see. We won't drop in behind those guys. Sometimes you get an awkward photo of them eating a taco or something. You just can't ever see them the same.
Right.
UAW strong out there, boy.
Yeah.
I like to see that. 1 second. Hey, give me
who's the best? I gotta take them out. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye. How about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the goal. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the goal. Yeah, it's your boy King and Flay, and I'm rocking with MDC. Much love, Josh. I appreciate the opportunity, fam. And as always, said I'm out, y'all. Yeah. Hope you got your aim right. So we came in, it's game time. MDC. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye. How about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. I'm talking back then, we used to rock out on the cell phone. Facebook Live got you stuck just like it's Velcro. You see it's growing, I can do this by myself though. Perfect game with it, little shoulder and some elbow. Yeah, sit and watch us do it. Straight out the basement, now it's on the TV, you can view it. You go against the team that I'm with and you surely lose it. We don't respect the talking, we from where you gotta prove it. Someone turn up the music. We love the competition, we gon' rock out till we finish. Josh Apparel with the jersey, time to get the fitting. They boosting up my adrenaline anytime I'm winning. I lock in, I don't lose focus, the target, I'ma hit. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye. How about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to smoke. They gon' play the sidelines while we strive to be the GOAT. Y'all free ball, we took all the smoke. They know who we are. Best not jump the gun with me. It's like jumping out a moving car. I come through and set the scene, confident like movie stars. Put this on the movie screen so they can replay this tomorrow. Jay Customs, come put in work and he gon' turn it up. Made a name and now we bout to put a claim on what we want. I cannot be stopped, I catch a body if it's one-on-one. I made this my hobby, they cannot tell me what can't be done. Shout out Ricky, we up in the club, it's going down. If anybody wanna run it, let me know it now. From Michigan to anywhere, we coming through your town. I'm on a mission, who's the best? I gotta take them out. Get your aim right, get your game right. Watch me cut up on this hat trick, it's game night. That's a bullseye. How about 3 times? I'm just waiting for a challenger, I need mine. Yeah, they gon' sit and watch. Haters do not want to.
All right, we're back. Short little break to talk to the players there. So, see some more UAW love showing in there. We'd like to see that.
Yeah,
Noah says he's doing good out there. That's good to hear. Appreciate the love. He says best dart club in the nation. So
get them guys situated so they can get back to work.
yeah, it's been too long. You don't want to see it continue to drag on, but
It's a tough sit.
I don't remember exactly how long it was last time. I know they've had to been through there before, and sometimes you got to fight for what's yours, but hopefully they get done right, and I'm sure things will work out in the end. At least I hope they do. As we see one of our finalists approach the board, the Savvy Vet. pulling up.
He looks pretty
The
focused.
Spider, BK. So does Gary Clark get him here? The last time these two played each other was... Did they even play here? I don't think they did. Don't think they did because Kessler lost to Burke in the Classic.
Oh,
And that was a different format anyway, so...
right.
Who are you picking if you had to pick here? You going
You
with...
got to go with the savvy vet.
You got to go with Kessler? Just the coming off the TOC and the
Yeah.
games he's played?
I think he's had a pretty tough grind through here, so he looks to be focused.
He's
So
been
that's-
tested for sure, yeah. Who were his opponents so far? So he played Chris Swanson,
Yeah.
and he played...
When he played Swanee, he was playing pretty well.
Did he play Ron Otto or no?
No, he was first up.
Okay, sorry about that. We didn't have our on-air sign on the bedroom door lit here. Henry did confirm it was Otto. So Kessler all the way. We've got a few votes for Kessler in there. Gary Clark, club veteran, though. This guy's played a ton of darts here with me.
Yeah, it's
Not even just with me, but just events, but well before the stream, Gary Clark has been duking it out in his basement for years and years. So
back in the old Facebook Live days.
Yeah, you know it. I think what we'll see here is I think someone get control early, maybe. You know, maybe get to that. If somebody can sneak
3
out
games up.
5-2, if you could get to a 5-2 point, you can just kind of coast. But I don't know what to expect, to be honest. And I guess that's why we do it. We want to be surprised, right? We don't want to know what's going to happen.
No.
I think this. So, Brandon Kessler taking on Gary Clark. It sounds like the ref is here at the door, struggling with his key. So, he's sounds to be saying bye to Farm there in the hallway. It looks like the guys are maybe waiting for the official to get back down there.
Probably.
They're ready to go. Jimmy out there says, "What up, fellas? What's up, Jimmy? How we doing?" Shane Alcorn says, "Kessler for the win. Let's go, Brandon."
You're
From
gonna have to go down there. It's fucking dead now. It's dead silent. That code doesn't work.
all right, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna leave you here with Abe,
got
and
some,
I'm gonna go
technical
straighten out the
difficulty.
sound.
Make sure we can get some music for the players. Some more Let's Go Brandons on the chat. The race is 1st to 7. So best of 13, if you will. Right? Does that make sense? I can't make a pick just because I don't really know. Scotty's down there trying to figure out the password for the music. It's got to be a little tough just listening to yourself breathe when you're down there playing. We got some more predictions. Kessler 7-2. Should be getting underway here in a minute. Hopefully we'll hit that 3180 mark. Be nice. Maybe we'll see a 13-inch board in the end. It's a meeting of the minds down there. Looks like we're getting underway. A couple more warm-up darts. I hear the music going. Got them all straightened out down there?
I did. You'll hear I'm a little bit winded from running back up those stairs. You tell David the race?
Yes. Not sure I was right, but yes.
Race is 7, best of 13. A lot of love down there. It's comfortable. I went down there. They yeah, they seem pretty loose. Like chopping loose.
Yeah. It had already been discussed, possibly.
Fig says 7 too.
That's. I got a 7-4.
I feel it's got to be close. I feel like even whoever loses should get to 5 wins, anyways.
Right.
I mean, both these players have played pretty well to be here. Got a 7-4 from Willie. Jimmy says he's going with X1. He's been throwing fire for over a month.
And we're underway.
So here we go. Over-under for ton 80s on this match. Give us some guesses. We're starting at 25. I'm going to say we get 4.
Gonna go past that 28 mark you called for.
I should have said 3. But look, we're starting.
I already said hopefully we hit 30.
Fico says 7-5.
For GC.
Chris Norquist going with always worried about his driver.
Yeah.
Go down. I just don't like the line on
No.
there. And when he did try to make the adjustment, that's what happened. Get a little wide and you only get 3 points.
And if you hit it, your deflection, chances are your deflection's not good.
Thanks, Aaron. Actually pointed out. Can hardly hear Scotty's
Mic was
mic.
off.
My mic was off, so you're barely hearing me through Abe's mic. So good look on that. Don't worry, my commentary is hardly any good ever anyway, so you guys didn't miss much.
It's some of the best out there.
Look at Everett. The whole chat
all of a
knows
sudden,
my mic's
bam.
muted. I muted it when I ran downstairs so yours wouldn't echo
Right.
and double talk, and then now I'm back.
They're only here to hear you anyways.
You might have missed 2 or 3 lame comments. I'm not going to lie. Mostly I was just reading predictions, which again were Russ Fico at 7-5 for Gary Clark. Mike Wilson had Kessler at 7-4. I think we saw
Kessler with
something else up
174
there.
Again, look at him go.
7-2, David Fig said for Brandon Kessler. Appreciate that. Aaron Dick says the color commentary usually spot on. So good shot there, right? Pressure this
Yeah.
a bit. 20 shot all day. Keep this on the outside. Ooh. Gary in a little bit of a spot with that 38, though. 38's not exactly what you hope to, but he hit this earlier. I believe it was him. Somebody hit it first dart. Somebody left theirself 38. Off 8. No, it was for a 118. Oh, he decides to split it.
Yep.
I
didn't think he was going to go for that. He doesn't seem like that. He likes that double 19, double 17 area.
I can relate to that. I could see how, even though those are targets I liked, but
Right.
I feel like I understand why somebody wouldn't. That's a big first round win, man.
You gonna miss that?
Yeah, we're all board one now, all red buttons. So Kessler looking to start game 2. Would expect a good scoring round from him here, maybe 100 or more. Should be at least 100 at this point.
Does
Yep.
that? Maybe now.
I know this means a lot to
stepping up a
Gary
little
too,
bit.
man. Like I can just really tell when I was down there. I could just tell Gary was in a good place.
Yeah.
Logging in that damn Pandora. For those of you who haven't been following all day, we've been having ads because my I had the subscription that expired, and I just let it go because I didn't care because didn't really bother me none. And then today is a bunch of ads, so I renewed, and we had issues logging out, logging back in, get rid of those damn commercials.
Got to make the players happy. They don't want to hear ads.
Or silence. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I said. You just hear yourself breathing down there.
Right.
That's not any fun.
We try to keep it as comfortable as we can. What a shot. Brandon really playing a strong leg here. Averaging over 42 points a dart. Looking to tie this thing up at one game apiece.
He's going to have to keep doing that, too, just for his own peace of mind, I think. He don't want to get too... he looks like he was not very happy with the first leg because he had a shot.
Even in this long of a set, I still don't think you ever really have a point to give away. Do you? You never want to give away a point, per se. Just now, that 10 o'clock hour.
That's not bad.
2.5 hours deep, and here we are in the finals.
No pressure on the 40. And there wasn't. So we're tied up. I think this one's going to be a battle. Back and forth match. Big start.
Okay, I'm back in time just for ton 80, number 26. In an even match. It was a really good final when Brandon qualified. The match he had with Josh Sloan.
Yep. Josh was playing pretty good too.
Yeah, Josh played really well that night. There we go. It's the deepest we've seen. Front 4. Ooh, come on. We want to see at least the front 6.
It seems like whoever's starting the legs is playing considerably better than
Yeah.
the number 2 thrower.
50 points per dart to 9.3. You mean? Because Kessler at this point, he could just kind of trash his leg and know he's starting the next one
Right.
and know he can dig deep. And the 9.3 is obviously a little unfair because it was one turn. You know what I mean?
But you don't want to get too lazy either.
Yeah, and lose complete focus, you know. They were talking today like James Wade does that, just like shuts off in games. But that's got to be a hard way to play too, to like turn it off and back on like that. But as long
mentally exhausting.
As long as he's been good, you would assume that's why a guy like James Wade can do that, though.
I think he still holds the record for having the most 9-dart legs thrown against him.
It wouldn't surprise me, especially televised. I feel like almost all the videos he's the opponent.
Yes. Taylor did it to him twice in a match, I think.
Yeah. And almost 3. Look at that. That's a great finish on 100. So that's an 11-darter, correct?
Yep.
So GC feeling it with the 11-dart out. If he can do that back-to-back, he can maybe get a break here. If he could go back-to-back with 11 and 12 darters, he is going to be tough to beat. Brandon with a little bit of a slack turn there, only picking up 24 points per dart. And Gary continuing to pound. Just rolling.
It's a good turn.
Katie checking in. We got a good one brewing here, Katie. Gary Clark seeming to find his rhythm right when he needs it the most.
Yeah, this is a pretty important leg, I think.
For as early in the match as it is, I agree. I mean, look how close all his darts are on that trip 22. Even his misses are just one up, one out. You know what I mean? This is where if you're Kessler, you just want to kind of slow him down a little bit, maybe even just not necessarily stall, but you don't have to necessarily rush to get your darts or Fontaine him, if you will.
I don't know that
Greg's
really
good at controlling the pace of the game. You know,
affects Gary, though, because he plays at 2 paces kind of sometimes anyway.
Yeah, his pace is he's not really worried about the dictated pace.
He just doesn't want to get too heady and start thinking about it already, you know.
Katie said they are just back home, so glad you guys made it home safe, and hopefully had a good time celebrating the wedding out there, the East Sac wedding. Congrats to them, Jessica and Gary. Some of the good people out there in the dart world out here and in our community, anyways. Chris said that still having ads, so I don't know what to do. I don't think the players are bothered by it. They seem to be throwing well. We'll just ride it out. There's number 27. I did renew the subscription today. Did try to do it by the books and get rid of those ads, but I think when you're really dialed in, though, it doesn't bother you as much. No. You know, it's like you said when you were here for the Classic, you couldn't believe how many excuses people had about things that were bothering them, and it was like, dude.
You got to be used to it. You play darts in
so many environments,
halls, and people are everywhere,
yeah,
knocking stuff over, bumping into you, walking in front of you, like it's
spilling your beer.
Yeah, the excuses only go so far.
Katie confirms it was a great time. 3-1. Gary Clark. Stuba says so fun watching. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thought we had a good crowd today. It was a pleasure having you in here with me too, Abe, if I haven't said that already.
Thank you. It was my pleasure being here.
Glad you made the trip for us, man. I know it's a little bit of a haul, but
I'd much rather be playing.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun up here, though. Like the mistakes don't hurt as bad. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, Gary's he's playing pretty well.
Ronnie said he thought he was going to have to get the headphones. I don't know how many commercials aired during the 8 games he played, but Oh, man, I
Up
got
to
to give you
28 on the
crap.
180s. That was a good call there. Should have went with 30.
William Lum said, I thought that voice sounded familiar.
What's up, Willie?
Josh says the booth is a lot less stressful, usually.
We haven't had any mechanical errors, so that's good. I haven't pushed the wrong buttons yet. Gary.
Ron confirms 4 ads to be exact, and he played 10 games.
Gary's sitting on the perfect.
Is he? He threw the. Here I am gabbing away, and this guy's
Yep.
got the front 6. Come on, Gary, one time. We do got a bonus for you. You kidding me? Trip to 10, still get the W. He's
Yep,
right
don't,
behind you. Yeah.
Don't stress too
See,
much.
a lot of players miss this shot. Well, in the pros, anyways, the steel tip, they'll miss that 9-darter and somehow not get the leg.
Right.
So the ads aren't bothering Gary Clark.
Nope. He doesn't seem too worried about it at this point. Telling himself to relax back there.
Yep. I love watching Gary. He's a great player to watch because he's going, he's throttled, but yet at the same time, he is dialed in. Right now, he's playing as good as we've seen all night long, and what a perfect time for that.
Yep.
These are the darts that matter, though. Snap these first, second dart. Just get it done. Don't pressure. No unneeded pressure. There he goes with dart number 2. So you'll take that all day for another 13 dart finish. I'm sorry, 11 dart finish.
He's playing well.
Look at Kessler undisturbed back there too. Just calm. That's one thing you can count on with Brandon. He's not gonna get all amped up or worried about it. He knows he's in trouble though. He's no fool, but he's just gonna do what he does. He knows all he can do right now at this moment is try to win this particular game.
Yeah, at this point, he's taking it one turn at a time.
That's what we forgot to do too. Damn it! I was gonna tell Chris get a picture with all 8 of the players. Oops. Well, that's our Tank Memorial tradition.
Yeah.
Josh started that tradition, so that was we stuck with that. A big group photo came out good.
Have Chucky go Photoshop a picture of everybody and then put them all.
Change the face. It's so hard. We go from 17 people to 8. Look at this. Now Kessler says, I could throw a few of those myself, buddy. He's averaging triple right now. Gary probably will change that with this turn, however.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, now he's throwing a few triples of his own here as he scores 123. A la Anthony Elliott, our guy, the 1-2-3 kid out there.
Yep. Brandon needs a big round.
I feel like this is just really going to settle in and start throwing some haymakers here, right? Or is that just wishful thinking because we get to watch from the eye in the sky?
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, either way it was going, it was going to be 6 darts from 181. These other shots, if you're Kessler, you have to just go ahead, get this done in 6. Then you're back within 2 games.
Yeah, you don't want to be pushing it around the board.
Can't let this one get away. You're in too good a shape. Yeah, and he does just what he should do. Leaves himself 932 or 1 tops. I expect him to probably go 932 in that one.
I would think so.
Gary's going to make him sweat a little bit, it looks like. Well, needs at least Needs more than a single anywhere. Even a single bull won't do it. So, yeah, he does find a triple.
Good job staying with it.
Mm-hmm. If not for nothing, to start that next leg with another 140 like he's been doing. You know, just stay hot. When it feels like you can't miss that triple 20, that's exactly how you want to be when you're playing for $600. Good finish, Brandon Kessler, to keep it close. So 4 games to 2. And we'll see if Gary can throw another one of those outstanding starting legs. He's been throwing 12 darts or less on his throw twice already out of his 4 wins. We're 11 darters. And he looks to come out strong here as well. And he scores 180 again from the 1 hole. So ton 80, number 30. I wasn't wrong. I wasn't
No.
I wasn't overshooting. I was underbidding.
Yep.
Getting some viewers tapping back in as we slide over the 100 mark on the combined platform. So
Good to have everyone watching.
appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this fine Saturday night.
Start match is better than the weather.
Yes, it is. I just hope somehow, some way, we get a little bit of decent weather for the kids to trick or treat in a few weeks. But
Rather than snow.
at this
and
rate, it's
rain.
not looking good for the home team, for the kids out there. But either way it goes, I'm sure they'll bundle up and go get that candy. I know my little guy will. That's his goal. What?
Yep.
Every house got free candy tonight.
End up throwing half of it away.
Dad tax. You know that dad tax going to hit them Reese cups.
Oh, this is going in the garbage.
I'm a little bit blessed from that point because he doesn't like peanut butter. So Danny, no matter what, I get all his Reese cups. I'm like, all right, bet we're
That's a
good
bonus.
right there. Yeah, I don't even have to have anything else in this bag.
You just got to start convincing all the neighbors to hand out Reese's cups.
Which is a go-to buy, you know,
Yeah.
because most of the parents like them, so they're like, oh, Reese cups are good.
But they're never going to have any left.
Yeah.
So I always take a pocket full right out of the top of the bag.
Well, you have to
And the rest goes to the kids.
buy that extra bag. What's he gonna do here? This is a crucial dart. Bullseye. Maybe trip 20. Trip 18 also works. 54.
I was kind of thinking he was going to take the 164, but I didn't want to say it and jinx him.
God, that would have been sick too to go with the way he's played in this match. Even if he takes the 70 out, it's 78. It's nice because it gives him total control. It's 54 for 24. Let's see if that's how he attacks it. It should be what he does. 20 for 40. Good marker.
Mm-hmm.
57 for 36. The first dart's so crucial. Give yourself 2 darts at a double. And he does. Guaranteed the leg almost at that point. Digs deep, gets it to 4-3.
Yeah, that's a good check.
Let's see how Gary responds. That was a, 14 darter then?
I didn't see what he had.
35-7-9. Drops to 33 at 15, so I would guess that's so Gary's first kink in the armor that we've seen, but he's able to recover with an 85 to start the next leg. So
Yeah, good third dart.
Kessler $140 here goes a long way because it kind of might shake things up a bit more. He does get 1, 2, 3. Gary gets right to the line. Looks ready.
Yep. Eager for redemption on that last turn.
So close there. That first dart just changes everything if that goes in too, because your confidence switches, you know.
His second two were right there though, just below the wire.
Both of them have a little bit of a little hiccup there, but Kessler does catch trip 20 with his third to establish a 68-point lead.
Gary marching right back in.
Gary coming with it as he stacks 180 into a thimble there.
Yeah, those were all trying to go into the same spot.
Yeah, they really were. And Kessler going to try to do the same thing on the other side of the target. Like bowlers here, they don't want to use each other's oil pattern, huh? What's he do here?
Looks like he's going 60. He's trying to.
Well, he's doing the
shoot around
math.
it, right?
153, right? With
And he's moving around, so he's gonna stay.
so it's 156 with the 57. You could. Oh, look at him go!
Push it through that
Trick
dart.
shots, exhibition darts, and he will have the first look at the finish. Trip 20, trip 19, double 18 is what he'll need. 51 here, right? 51 will leave you double 8. 17 leaves you 50. Nice and easy. Don't get outside the target. Yep. At least catch the single. Kessler going to need both the big triples and then a double 18. So 2019 be his first two shots here. Finds the first. 57. He did this with two darts just last game.
Yeah, that would be a big turn there.
Yeah.
Ties it up with that shot. That's Gary's got a little pressure on his.
Willie says the over on 30 is absolutely nuts because it didn't look like it. Everyone kind of thought I was crazy at first.
Oof.
It's actually not that bad though. You're still firing at a double, just not the one you thought.
Right.
Just go low wire, get it in there. That bottom wire, just ride that in there. There he does, and he just keeps it under that top wire. So 5 games to 3. Brandon Kessler's going to start, and things have officially heated up.
Yep.
As Brandon is 2 games from Gary, and Gary just 2 games from the finish line. So
Yeah, he needs
some work left to do for the Spider here. 80 with his front 2, picks up a ton.
Still playing pretty relaxed. He looks comfortable.
Yeah, he's not pressing at all. He knows that Gary's just playing well, and he's just got to continue to do what he does and be consistent.
Just waiting for a break.
Breaks can start just like that, too. Get your opponent just happen to miss that first start trip 20 for once. Because he's been living in it. When he hits that first one, they're going in behind it. He does find the third. Chuck said he thought maybe we underbid it. We were already at 14. We were in the second set of the first round, though, about halfway through those games. I just know typically the events are in the 30s, but usually there's 10 players, too, though.
Yep.
And here comes Clark.
Yeah, he's feeling that 20.
I mean, he's really throwing the dart with some speed, and it's just burying right in there. It feels like every dart he throws is going to go in the trip 20. And Kessler's starting to give that same vibe as well as this match really heats up here in the 9th leg. Big turn for GC here is 140 will create an out. So 158, it's a finish. However, if he doesn't do it, Kessler will have 6 from 178, which I'd almost rather have 6 at the 178 than 3 at the 158 here.
Correct.
Although 120, no walk in the park. So let's see what he does. If that first dart goes in a trip 20, you can almost bet the house the second one's going. Yep, now it's all about the setup play. Keep it smart. stay right there. He does. But now you bring in that situation where you're going to end up having to look at that 38.
Yep. And that's, I mean, he showed with the 7, he's not afraid of going down there, so. Caught a break.
Yep. So 84 leaves him 36. 98 points away from being on the hill. Gary Clark. 2 darts at double 19. Three to leave double 8 and just hope for a break.
Yep.
Which you probably aren't going to get, but you still don't want to. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if you're being honest, but you get to start the next leg no matter what. So you're still okay.
Yes.
But you threw a perfect first dart and then way loose on that second one. So I know he's probably a bit frustrated with that dart he threw at the double 19. He knows it should have been a little lower.
His first 3 here will kind of show how he's feeling.
Yeah, I agree with that. You definitely, if you're in the Gary Clark fan base, you don't want to see like a 41 here
Right.
or so. You want to see that same 100, 140, 180 score line just like that. Very nice shot.
Good
Let's see if
composure.
Brandon does the same thing. Because that's what the Brandon group definitely is going to be hoping for this. See the same. Even 100, you're not exactly satisfied. You don't hate it,
Right.
but you don't want to start spotting points in this leg.
No.
And only 81 is going to give Gary a little extra advantage here.
Yeah, when you're this deep in and Gary
Catches
is
a
playing
hanger.
as well, he's playing, you can't give him any darts.
Right. Where he's comfortable now, just a 1 triple around is good for the rest of the way home at 100. You know, if he goes 100, 100, and then checks his 61 out, he should have plenty of time for that. So if you're Brandon, you gotta throttle it a bit here. 180 next round will leave him an out though. So Brandon at least is in striking distance. Big turn here. Maybe switch to the 18.
It's so hard with the way that he leans so far in to tell where if he's moving or not. A lot of players you can tell when they adjust to go downstairs or to switch to a number, and Gary's the same spot every time, no matter where he's throwing.
And it's a little dark to see their eyes
Right.
because usually you can see in their eyes. You know what I
Tell where
mean?
they're looking.
Yeah. Big turn here. 180 leaves 36, which would be all but a dagger.
Yeah.
Kessler's still not guaranteed to leave an out from 269 because 100 will not do it.
Nope.
Although 99 will. So let's see if he's aware of that if he hits single triple with his first 2 darts. Not going to matter as he's going to have to hit a triple now, and he does. So good shot from Brandon. 114 will leave him 32. Bogey says cheers, boys. How are you, Bogey?
What's up?
Bullseye start here. No, he doesn't. 51 I like on this shot for 24, but you see so many players just chase that 15, which to me is just the wrong shot. $16 and leave yourself tops. Just made it a little harder.
Yep.
Will Kessler
Brandon
go
needs a
for
good
the
score.
19s? Trip, double. 19, 19, 32. No, he's going to go up that way. He did go for the 114, but he did it with the split numbers. If you're going to win this tournament, Gary Clark, I think you have to hit this particular shot right here.
Yep. That's going to make a big difference. Oh. Looked like he was outside.
Those are tough, yeah.
Great.
It was wide for
Little
sure.
snatchy.
Yeah. It was wide for sure. Kessler's hitting this for sure to tie it. At least it feels like he's going to. So we see it even at 5, speed limit.
Most people won't know what that means.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't seen it that low, yeah.
They don't remember the speedometers with the big circle around the 55.
You can get away with going 57 and a half,
Right.
58. I remember my grandpa taking me out cruising. I like to set the cruise right around 58 miles per hour.
They won't mess with you.
He was spot on. They won't. 3 miles per hour. Sammy Hagar would be proud. Nice. See, Bogey gets us.
Yep.
I agree. Matt Maggie says, what a match. We expected a storm back kind of thing. I mean, Gary had total control, but Brandon, being the veteran that he is, kept his composure, has continued to play strong, and he's making Gary work for every single dart in this match.
He's going to have to earn it.
And Gary still looks composed. He still looks ready. If you're Gary, no problem. You got a chance for a hold.
Yep.
We'll give you a chance to break for the title. Otherwise, we're playing on the 13-inch side. So, number one focus, get your hold right here. Throw it in 15 darts or less and hope that Brandon doesn't go out in 12. Or you throw it in 12 and then he can't beat you.
Right.
Now, because he just threw a single. But here comes Kessler. Here comes Kessler. Yeah, I agree, Katie. Katie says she's already sensing the small side decider, and it feels that way because even if Gary loses this leg, he gets to start the next leg.
Right.
And if Gary wins this leg, then Brandon starts with at a 6-5. So this is all about nerves and grit right here, I think. Yep. You know, it's just whether these guys are splitting or not, we're not sure. Most likely, I would say they are, but I think there's still a little pressure on it because I think that they both would like to win the actual title itself.
Yeah. At the beginning, it seemed a little more relaxed than it is now. It looks pretty tense. So
It's getting a little
hard
nervy.
To say.
Yeah, it's getting a little, like you said, snatchy is a good term.
Yep.
Willie says, yeah, new match now, 0-0, just playing a race to 2 for all the marbles, so... Some of these darts would indicate maybe they're
Slack
not
turn.
chopping.
That's what I'm saying.
This leg here has been probably the only one where they both really were playing a little sub putt, both under a 30 average in the same game. So maybe the tension is starting to mount a bit.
Yeah, they know they're getting close to the end, right? So you're splitting or not, you're still going to have a little pressure.
Yeah.
Little tension.
And that's good to see. That means to us that it means something to them, and that's what we
Right.
like to see. We want this to mean something to the guys, and that way you get just get a better performance, and for not only us to watch, but everybody who tunes in as well, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, when you got 100+ people watching, you want them to see a good match.
Yeah, and Norquist said he didn't hear anything about the choppy, so maybe it's not happening. Willie agrees with us, says both a little nervy as they get close to the dub here. So, and whoever does lose this game, all you have to do is hold in the next leg, and you're playing a 13-inch decider for it. Nice shot. This would be the shot of the night right here.
Yep. If anything, get it down pretty close. If you don't hit it,
60 tops.
You got to get
Are
it.
you kidding me? Tops. He tried it. He tried it. I like it. I like that shot that way. Oh, my. Single 16, it gave him on the spin around. Wow. You got to be careful with those bounceroos, man.
It didn't stick in the out, so you can't. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it hit the outside ring. That flight spun around. It said single 16, so I mean, we've seen it hit the double 8. Nobody complains then. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Kessler's going to have to hold to get to the 13-inch side. So if you're Brandon, you're not even thinking a number of darts, I don't think. You just know that you just got to go up and you got to do what you do. You're Brandon, you're a good player.
Move past that last dart and
Brandon,
start fresh.
Brandon definitely wants to see the 13-inch side at this point because that's the only way he can win this thing. Maybe a bit frustrated from that bounce out, too, as he looked a little less concentrated on that particular turn. Yep. Maybe a little bit of frustration. Gary's got to be feeling good with that 100 there.
No sweaty palms yet. Once he gets below a
PJ says, ouch, tough break. It definitely was. And we go out of our way to keep the boards pretty clean and try to prevent anything, but something like that.
Yeah, that's not a board mishap, obviously.
Yeah, you can't prevent that. That just hit the outside wire, didn't stick, and slapped.
I think it hit the actual 8.
Yeah, and then spun and slapped that.
Right.
Look at this, Gary playing like he wants it. Calming himself down back there. This win would mean a lot to Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Especially coming in with flying way under the radar. No one picked him in any match he was in today. Literally everyone picked against him the whole way. It's a big turn for him. Kessler had a very nice shot last round, or at least I think it was an all right shot. He's down at 236 now, so.
The 140, I believe.
Yeah. 169 with the triple, so still no out. So Kessler can do it with 6. 100, 136, 140, 96 has a better ring to it from him, I think. Needs a triple. 6 darts from 209 to be the champ. Nervy. Huge dart right here.
156 is not easy.
No, but it does at least leave him a 2-trip 20 out.
Right.
Where he is, that's the number he's pounding, is that trip 20. So if he can hit those, that double 18's right there, the title's in your grasp.
Yep.
If not, Brandon Kessler is going to have a 91 to stay alive. There's one. Little low. So 91 to stay alive, or Gary's going to have 3 darts to be the champion on a 1-dart finish at double 8. Guess you could hope that his smacked off the side and busted too, but I don't think you want to take those chances. 54 for double 10. He hits the 54. Yanks the double 10 a bit. Double 8.
Gary giving himself a little pep talk.
You know he is. These are exciting moments. These are hard if you haven't really played high-level darts for big-time cash. These, no matter how good you are, you're going to be a little nervy. I guess you probably get used to it if you win enough, but these spots...
I still feel like you don't really get used to it, though.
Little shake in the hand, maybe, a couple of things to keep under control. He got lucky there. It didn't do to him what it did to Kessler.
There it is.
And them first two were way out, too. So, wow, what a job. Congratulations, Gary Clark, as our 2023 club champion, as he gets it done.
He was feeling it in that last
in the
match.
12th and final leg, after nobody picked him in any match he played all day, and he just continued to do what Gary does and play hard and try to win. So congratulations to Gary, and great run by Brandon all the way to the final, and played tough. And if Gary didn't come out with those back-to-back 11 darters, maybe this story's a little different. But Gary really
would have changed the storyline a little bit.
Gary put up a heck of a fight and laid down the foundation early. So
thanks for watching.
My man JJ says, great stream. Good to see you out there, JJ. Appreciate you. So congrats. We're going to go talk to the winners. Thanks, everyone. And we hope you have a good night as we head on into our holiday break. But stay tuned. We got big plans for next season that we'll come up with something. And